gents in my year. Usually I have a bit of a lady and a bit of a gent. 2 gents today. Oh, I'm a lucky lady. Scott is looking after us. Scott is one of our, well, I guess I'm going to call you an executive producer. I don't know if that's your title, but I've decided it should be. Sales manager too. You can have both. Why not? Might give him some extra. Might give us some extra treats if I call him that. Ooh. So Scott's looking after us today. He doesn't usually produce. He's usually upstairs doing lots of business things. But today we've got his company, so that's going to be wonderful for you in particular, especially with the first opportunity we're starting with. Oh my goodness gracious me! You're going to want to dial it. In fact, I would tell you to log in now, JewelleryMaker.com, and then saving the best to last. It is a wonderful talent. See, when you see what she's made today, literally you're going to be bowing at her feet if you ever meet her. She is incredible. It is our wonderful Claire MacDonald. How are you doing, Claire?
Thank you. I'm really good, thank you. That was lovely. Thank you.
Well, what you made, this, I can't even, words can't describe.
Oh, thank you. I have enjoyed them. They're fantastic kits.
You did enjoy the kits
Yeah, I did. Brilliant.
They're quite different, aren't they?
Yes, totally different. Yeah, very different.
Got something for everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of you be thinking, oh, it's a wire writing show. I've maybe never done wire writing before, or maybe you've done it and you're preferring maybe a little bit of wire work. Don't miss today's show because it's incorporating everything. Everything. If you like your Alison Tarry, if you love your Rachel Norris, you're going to love Claire. She's up there with them. Oh my goodness gracious me, you're going to be in love today. We've given her also a fabulous challenge. Would you like to see it? Should I give you a wee look? Oh, let's get it out. Right. Claire might be nipping out at some point today and doing an Alison Tarry with a little bit of maybe a pulled muscle in her leg, maybe a little bit of I don't know, something in her eye to nip out. When we launch these, we might even do it now actually. Oh, these. Claire, why did you love these pearls so much? Because I know you got to feel them earlier.
Yeah, they're just perfect. When you think of pearl and all the images that that brings up, that's what that strand is. They're beautifully round, the colour, everything. They're gorgeous.
Ticks every box for you.
So I am going to go and do an Alison in a minute, I think.
If you're just wondering, Alison Tarry is one of our guest designers who was with me just the other day. And now and again, she seems to get a little, I don't know, a pain here or there, and then all of a sudden the quantity seems to go down.
Yeah, I think she has cramp, doesn't she, and has to like walk it off. Yeah, so I may have to go and do that.
Walk off cramp to her handbag where she stands casually on her phone. So I'm not quite sure how the phone helps a cramp, but it must do. So yeah, so if at any point Claire does end up to hobble across the studio, we'll know why. These are, as you've said, the closest to perfectly round that we're going to be able to offer when it comes to pearls. Pure white, Orient is gorgeous. I'll explain that if you don't know what it is later, but for right now I want to offer you something that I very fortunately got to launch on Sunday in the morning show. Now it's a 90 centimetre ruby strand. That's not lots of strands, it's one humongous, barely fits on the television strand for you. Now it launched on Sunday in the morning show. It flew out the door. A few were saved for yesterday and a few were saved today, but this is the last of stock. We've got about 150 of them. We're going to give them to Claire as her challenge, but I just wanted to give you a wee heads up. Brand new Labradorite, brand new carved leaves. Where did they go? I'll grab those for you later. They're gorgeous, but I'm going to get started with a brand new sterling silver. Claire, you're going to want your phone for this one. No. I'm not joking. Have you got an order open already today?
No, I haven't yet.
If you have already, this will be an add to your order. Sterling silver, round link chain, 2 mil round, 50 centimetres. The price, well, what's the lowest price I'm allowed to go on anything on Jewellery Maker? If you know that, you might have a slight inkling. Do you know what my favourite number is? What's my favourite number? And then we have to add on 90p at the end. If you're regular, you'll know this. If you're not a regular, then I'll try and give you some helpful hints. On this, oh, I nearly told you the number. I was born in March. Claire, did you just get it?
I think I know it.
Go for it, go on.
Does it begin with S?
Yeah.
Is it 6?
It is 6. It's 6. Sean Connery, 6. It's not possibly going to be, it can't be $6.95 because that would just be preposterous. Lots of you joining me. I bet you didn't think this was possible. That's what happens when you get Scott producing. He manages to do what Pip did the other day and steal little treats, or set them aside. Not steal them, that sounds bad. Set them aside So only he knows they're coming up. And then when he gets to produce a show, which is what, once every blue moon? Once every blue moon. He's doing a couple at the moment purely because he's, well, we have to take our holiday. Am I allowed to tell everyone? I'll tell you, it's a fact. We have to take our holiday by June, is it? So if anyone's got a holiday in the company that's accumulated, we have to use it before June. So everybody, all the producers are off in their holiday bobs. That's why we're all going on holiday at the moment. So Scott's covering some of the shifts while that's happening. So take full advantage of when Scott and Pip's on. Scott's on again soon. Tomorrow, what time? In the morning. Very naughty, and I'll be out in the afternoon with you with Rachel Norris. On Sunday, Pip's going to be with you on Sunday morning. So take full advantage. Don't not normally join our brilliant producers normally. I just mean you might get a wee extra treat that they might have saved aside that we wouldn't maybe normally see, so always keep your eyes peeled. You might open an order in the morning and add to the afternoon if you've joined us already this morning with our Becky and the gorgeous Fleur and their chainmail special. Maybe you got involved in that. Can't go wrong with a little extra chain to add to your chainmail. If any of you saw the beautiful bracelet that Fleur made for me for my holiday, I had a few bells on it and I added little links of chain, links of, well, it did have links of chain, but links of weave in between with your chainmail, and then a little bit of chain in between with a wee extender chain. It was beautiful, wee connector bars. Have you seen it? Do you know, if you haven't seen it, I'll maybe put a wee picture on Facebook for you tonight. I've got it at home. It's a beautiful bracelet and it uses a little section of chain. Now this is 50 centimetres. For the average bracelet you're looking at what? 7.5 inches. You can maybe get a good couple of bracelets out of this. Completely up to you. I'm just looking at the multi-bids. Rosemary and Durham's gone for 3. A multi-bid of 5's coming through as well. Great to have you. Now we had we had 200, was it? 200 exactly, and I've got 95 available for you now. So whether you want to use it as extra oh, it is solid sterling silver. It's not plated. Oh, did you think it was plated copper at $6.95? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Do you want to see the length on me if I hold it end to end? That's without a clasp, obviously, which would give you a wee bit extra length. Or a jump ring, just a wee tiny bit. But if I hold it, move my head out the way and hold it, I'm holding it end to end. That's where it would sit on me roughly as a 50 centimetre. What do you reckon? Is that a great necklace length? It's a sort of belcher chain idea, the sort of hoops. It's not too thick, so it's not a full belcher as I would class it, but it's that same dainty idea. There you go. Imagine that with a little chain. What do you think about this with one of your designs coming up later on today?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Some of the gems, I think in the first kit, the way that the gem is shaped would hang beautifully at that length. Yes, those. Yeah, and just do a little simple wrap around the top and a wrap loop, and that it would hang because it would the weight down, look really, really good, really good.
And this is just an idea, which is a similar design actually, and that's what made me think of it, because I was looking at that beautiful necklace that you've created. Both of Claire's kits are amazing today. You're going to love both, if not one or the other, if not both. If you're more of a silver fan with pearls, you'll love the first kit. If you're more of a yellow gold with your cabochons and your wire writing, you'll love the second one. First one has got some of the most intricate wire work. You're going to be head over heels and very, very stylish, very, very popular, and very, very current for the first design inspiration in particular. The other one also is as well, but the first one just screams current fashion to me, and everybody upstairs, actually Pip was saying, this is so current. It's what we all want to wear, what we see in the fashion magazines and sort of the big financial times where they've got more money than sense. We can buy anything you want, like a £245,000 light, which I saw this morning in the Financial Times.
My word.
245,000 odds for a light shade. No, you get one light shade which has blown glass bulbs with bulbs in it, so you still need to replace the bulbs. It's not like the bulbs are forever, for the same price of a house. A 4-bedroom detached house with a driveway, a garden, front and back in Scotland. You could easily get that. You can buy some land with that amount of money. You could be a lord. I met somebody in Australia when I was in Thailand on holiday. I met someone from Australia who is a lord in Scotland because he's bought the tiniest pinprick of land. And he was like, "Oh yes, I'm a lord." I was like, "How?" He's like, "I've got land in Scotland." It's like, "How do you? I live in Scotland. I don't even land in Scotland." It's amazing, isn't it? Check it out as and when you can. If there's any left, I doubt it, but if anyone's not got it and not checked it out of the basket, I would advise you to do so, because the amount, I think there's 3 people out of everybody who's got this who've not multi-bid. I think everybody else has multi-bid. 6 have just gone. At that price point, that's what, £60? 60 odd pounds, and you've got yourself sterling silver. How many centimetres is that? What's 6 times 50? That's 300 centimetres of sterling silver chain for 60 quid. Gorgeous. Let's do the, now, I learned another way of finding whether your pearls are, and I tested this out in Guest Designer Claire the other day actually, finding out whether your pearls are real or not. Do you want to know? Because you might not like rub it. Have you heard about you can rub it against your tooth to find out if it's real or not? So you rub it against your tooth. If it's smooth, it's generally not going to be a pearl, because pearls have layers and layers and layers of nacre, which as it layers up, it feels almost like grainy. If you were to, well, I don't know, if you were to paint your nails lots and lots of times, gents, you might not do this, forgive me, you might paint a wall lots of times, you would have layers and layers of paint. So when you rub against it, it'll feel a bit layered. But if you just have one single layer on a solid surface, it's going to feel smoother, isn't it? So with a pearl, you actually, funnily enough, want it to not feel smooth. You want it to feel a bit grainy almost. But another way, instead of rubbing against your tooth to find that out, is you could rub the pearls together like this. So maybe if you've got any pearls at home, you might want to try it. Push them together and rub them. Feel a little bit grainy. Whereas if you push 2 sort of shell pearls together, or any other gem that you might think might be, yes, you can go, Claire.
Thank you.
Claire. She's not going to the bathroom. She's going to get herself her phone.
I'm going to do some exercises. I
was going to say, that is the fastest leg though. She's doing squats. That's her way of thinking it's alright to get this. She's literally standing with her phone doing squats. This is a picture. This is a picture. 7mm pearls. Virtually perfectly round, and I think that's one of the main reasons Claire's going for it. Isn't just because it's ticking all the boxes, it's how round it is. Usually with pearls, they're sort of a potato pearl, they're called. Why has someone put the word potato? Scott? That would be changed if it hadn't already been offered in the past. That is not a potato pearl, because a potato pearl can't be a certain size. It's 7mm. Doesn't say 7 to 6 or 7 by 6. Doesn't say, it's a 7mm pearl. A 7mm spherical round pearl, which ticks one of your main 7 boxes for pearls. Have you got some?
I have. I've got 2.
Have you?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
That was so quick.
Yeah, my cramp's gone.
I love it. Oh, Claire in the West Midlands. Straight in. Well done, you. Can I just check, has there been any bleaching to these at all, or any treatments? Are you serious? And you want to go to that price? Totally natural pearls, white pearls, which, no disrespect to any other colour, you know me, I love pearls, but white pearls are the sort of creme de la creme when it comes to pearls for most people to get a natural white pearl. These are the last 45 in stock. You must get involved now. They're totally natural pearls, 100% natural, not only in their look, in their size, in their colour, in their orient, their luster. This is all totally natural. In a white pearl, they have not been bleached to get this perfect white. Pure white for £30. You can spend £30 and get faux pearls. Plastic, faux pearls, easily in the high street. And I'm not talking about a jeweller's, I'm talking about a particular store that sells lovely, delicious, yummy food, as well as clothes, and they have a little accessories department for jewellery as well. Oh yeah, lovely. And you've got yourself the option to make a complete pearl necklace, take 2 pearls off, make a pair of pearl stud earrings or pearl drop earrings, but totally natural 7mm round pearls. Are you having a kid on? For £29.95. Angela's in, Marie's in, Casey's in, Brenda's in, Claire in the West Midlands, as well as Brenda going for 2. That's our Claire. Route 1T, I hope I said that right, in Staffordshire, you've got yours. Nina and Kent, you've got yours. 2. When was the last time you saw perfectly round 7mm pearls? Totally natural, in pure white. Is that why you grabbed them? Because there was only a few?
Yeah, they are perfect. They're fantastic.
As
gorgeous,
well as these,
gorgeous.
You're going to get them for your challenge too. Would you put rubies with them, do you think?
I would, yeah, absolutely. They're perfect partnership, aren't they?
What could you charge for a totally natural pearl necklace. You can charge whatever you want. Whatever you want. I would print out your authenticity certificate, and if you are looking to sell them, I would 100% look around all the jewelers, see their quality of pearls, see what size they are, see if they have an authenticity certificate like you're going to get, proving that they're natural, genuine pearls that are round of a 7mm, and then base your price on that. I would. Because I had a lady come up to me once on her sister channel, and I offered a pearl necklace, and I think it was £99 a pearl necklace I had with a gold clasp. It was beautiful, and she came up to me, and I met her in a place called Cox's Yard in Stratford-upon-Avon, and I was sitting out quite a few summers ago, sitting out, it's now called the Lazy Cow, I think, which is a chain, which is why I was not going to say that, but there are other places that you can have food, like Weatherspoons, which I wouldn't, but you could. Marston's. Or Marston's? Harvester. Yeah. There we go, there's another one, probably wouldn't go there either. But you've got those. So yes, so the reason I'm saying that, because they were sitting outside, and the lady came up to me and said, "Excuse me, are you Ali DeFoy?" And I said, "Yes, I am." Sure, I knew it. I just had to show you my pearl necklace because I got this necklace from you, and the original pearl necklace I had that fell apart that I got from a jeweller's 4 years ago, she said it cost me over £800, and yours look better than what I got. Now I can't say that that's not a direct comparison because this isn't a finished necklace in any way. The one I had a clasp on it. And I can't remember off the top of my head the size of the pearls or anything much about them other than they were lovely pearls on a sister channel. But with these about to sell out, if I was to give you the best advice I could to try any pearls, if you can get them natural, get them natural. If you can get them round, as close to round, get them round. If you can get an orient, if you can get a price that's affordable to you for pearls, then grab it. And if you'd set money aside seriously to buy a pearl piece, you would set aside at least £100 of this. For me, for this quality, you would. And you're getting it for £30 with what, £60, 70 odd pounds saving. Yeah, you've got your post and packaging. In the UK it's £2.95. How much would it cost you to go to your local jewellers? You can do it online, you can have a look online. I don't mean you have to physically go there, but that for me is well done. And I'm not going to fib, I'm really envious because I want them. Second part of the challenge, part 2. Oh, our skipping rope. I can't believe this, a skipping rope of rubies.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's unreal. How I managed to get this twice is another, I don't even know how I managed that. Launched on Sunday with myself in the morning, flew out the door. Some were saved for yesterday and the rest were saved for today. First time on the metro though, because I was on the metro yesterday and it wasn't with me. I think it was it Becky that had them yesterday morning? Yeah. So you've had them with myself on Sunday morning, yesterday morning. So what happens to those of you who watch in the afternoon or watch in the evening? You don't get a chance. Unless you're able to go on the web and scroll down. That's the only way. So so I reckon today is the only time you can get a hold of these on the Design Inspiration Show. We have got the last of stock, all fully allocated in this for you. It's 185 carats of ruby. I remember Kim's face on Sunday when she saw that we had these. Was it Kim? Yeah, it would have been Kim. She couldn't Adam and Eve it. Oh my word, she was not a happy bunny. Only because she wanted to produce them for you. That was the only reason. We just had a wee comment in regarding Ben's hair. What is it the comments say? I would love to see this. Joanne's got these, Diane, Norma, well done to you. Hello Claire, Ali and crew, loving Ben's hair. With 4 kisses. Sharon in South Yorkshire.
Hi Sharon.
Hiya Sharon. Oh, you're getting waves from Ben as well. Hiya. He does a good excited hand wave as well, don't you? Yesterday you got quite excited when you fixed the camera, didn't you? What did you do? Randomly in the middle of a presentation, I just saw Ben on the side on cameras going. I was thinking, you're all right there. He was showing me a celebratory dance that he fixed the camera from tilting by itself. What a man, what a mighty fine man. Right, 90 carats, sorry I got distracted there, happens easily. 2 by 1mm to 5 by 2mm. I can't remember top of my head, but I measured it the other day and you got about 6 rubies in the smaller section. 6 rubies, and we timed that by 90 centimetres. It's a huge quantity of rubies, can't remember now. Price point for this, well, what would you pay for 185 carats of ruby? £200? £100? You don't have to, but what would you for rubies? Imagine you saw a ruby necklace this length with a gold clasp in a jeweller's. It is enough to be a belt. Maybe some gold spacers dotted in between. Would you expect to be paying £200, £300 with one of the top sort of high street designers? And then if you were looking at a boutique store, would you be looking at your 4 figures? Depending on who the designer was?
Yeah, absolutely. Not that price I can see out of the corner of my eye. That's not.
If you don't look at it, Claire, it's not.
It's not real.
No, I would just look at each other. Fine. If I just don't talk about it, didn't happen. Totally didn't happen on Sunday. It's not happening right now. It was just a sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare, as Beyonce might say. Pamela's in, Tina's in, Nina's in. Great to see Tina and Nina. Rings. There's something with our call screen that when anyone has the same name or name starts with the same letters, they come in together. It's so funny. It's brilliant. Pamela's in. I've got Joanne and Diane together. Norma in. Lovely to see you all. Candice and Victoria showing an interest. Thank you very much. I don't honestly know anywhere else where you can get rubies in strands. Scott, have you seen anywhere else? A ruby strand of 90 centimetres. Not a piece of jewellery, like at a gem store. Because this may be normally for sort of half this length, 30 cent. No, that'd be no, for about 30 centimetres, or is it the sort of 18 centimetres one? We usually do it $39.95. No way. We message in from Norma. Hiya! Hi Ali. I'm a happy bunny. I got kunzite this morning, pearls, and now rubies. What a treat from Norma. Norma, the collection you're gonna have, and rubies will go so well if you put the pearls and maybe the kunzite together even.
That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it?
This pastel pinks, the strawberries, the reds, and then that lovely white as well. Oh, I'm not a tad envious at all, Norma. Wowza. Woo! Lots and lots of treats coming up for you. Get design inspiration. I've got sort of 4 or 5 treats that are 95 sterling silver back in stock, which I might quickly squeeze on now. I have carved leaves of amethyst. I have carved roses in rose quartz. I have Labradorite that's brand new. I have wire. I have bindings. But I'm going to jump into this toggle clasp because this is just a treat. Amethyst in your toggle clasp. Oh, I remember when we first launched these flew out the door. I'm going to hold it with my tweezers. I've only got 100 left. Oh no. Right, we can do it, don't worry. You can do it. Oh, imagine a pearl necklace with an amethyst clasp. You could even put it at the front, couldn't you? Should we put the pearls, what's left, at the bottom of the screen? Now, if you can forgive me, I'll try and hold it so you can see the whole sort of design. But that's a sort of idea. Obviously that's spinning round and you would have the 2 loops opposite. So if I turn that round, it would be kind of like that. So you would have 3 amethysts in the toggle, and in the bar you would have yourself, oh sorry, the round you'd have yourself a 17mm round. You have 3 amethysts in there. In the T-bar you get 20mm with an amethyst in the middle of that. Now how decorative is that? You can see that in those high-end jewellers. In fact, I don't even know if they are high-end jewellers. The ones that sell those bracelets, the stretchy ones, they have sort of black onyx as the gem, and then they have a fancy clasp. Then you sort of buy all the charms to go with it and they hang down. Those bracelets are about £100, aren't they? And then if you want a sterling silver clasp instead of sort of an aluminium one or a different clasp, that again. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? There's even extra detail in the clasp in the T-bar, isn't there? No, we're not. No, you can't do that. I'll lose my voice by the end of this hour. On the web, it's only $11.95, and on the phone line you can get it for that. Already interest there, 0800 644 655, JewelleryMaker.com. Now, how long has this been in the building? 10 minutes, it's brand new. Oops, scheduled this morning. I thought it was out of... I thought you were reducing it because we'd had it in the building for a while. You're just doing it because you want to. Oh my gosh, there's no method to his madness. Just because he wants to, he's doing what Pip did on Sunday, just doing what he wants. You're not in tomorrow, are you, Scott? Oh, you are? I was going to say he has no one to answer to. He's not in, but he is as well. Oh, he answers to himself. All right, so he's fine then. £8.95. I wouldn't let management hear that. Oops, isn't it on in the office? What a shame. £8.95. 0800 644 655. It's a free phone number from UK landlines, and alternatively you can join us on JewelleryMaker.com. This is brand new. It's limited stock, and we've got for you a clearance price on something that's just arrived. I love it. But just arrived about 5 minutes ago. How exceptional. If you think about that, if you have them separately, they are individual feature pieces, aren't they? As a feature class, we could have price point wise what you would charge as a charm. Solid sterling silver. Claire, what do you think about these? Have you seen anything like them before?
I don't know, and like you say, they could be real focal pieces, couldn't they, to your jewellery? Too pretty tied at the back. Really lovely. Gorgeous.
From £11.95 to £8.95 for solid sterling silver. Imagine there may not be a gram weight on it. We don't tend to, but now and again I get surprised with a cheeky gram weight. They feel quite weighty to me. Feel at least over a gram of what an average ring would be about 1.5 grams. It feels over that, but we don't have scales in here, and we don't have post show notes anymore, so I can't even ask Scott to put it in the post show notes to get some scales. Diane's in there in Kent, Susan, Stella, Sally's gone from Multibids, Route 1T, I hope I said that correctly, in Staffordshire. Francoise, ooh, I like that, in Berkshire. Rosaline, I hope I said that correctly. Casey in, Margaret's in as well, great to see you from everywhere. Hampshire, County Fermanagh, about 2 grams. That's fab, that's the average wedding band. Average wedding band, which is solid gold, isn't it? Between 2 grams to 3 grams. And you're getting 2 grams. You probably get a bigger gram weight in the loop than the toggle. I was just trying to see if I could feel much of a difference. There's not much. £8.95. Check it out as soon as you can. Quite a lot of multi-bids on that one as well. That would look perfect with the pearls, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean, you could do loads with it, couldn't you? You could use them together as they're meant to be, or turn the loop upside down. Have that as you could have that as a pendant and hang something off it. Have the other bit as a charm. Loads and loads of different things you could do.
Or a toggle for a, what's it called? Cufflinks.
Yes. Yeah.
Another toggle. I've got chains as well. Can I tell everyone I've got chains? I've just told you I've got chains. Maybe not do them right now. Oh, I love this charm set. Is this a reorder? I brought you this similar before and it was so popular. It's a lock and a key. Whether you want it for your 16th birthday presentations, celebrations and presents, maybe 18th, maybe 21st, key to the first house, key to the door, key to your heart. Locks and keys are quite symbolic, especially with your steampunk as well. I do quite fancy these. I would have them as 2 separate charms on a charm bracelet as opposed to the clasp that they actually are.
They're very sweet, aren't they? I do like those.
They're quite sizable for a clasp, I think. I think I want to have them as a full charm or a full pendant.
Did you say, have they been on before?
They have. They're a reorder.
Yes, I'm wondering. Oh, not recently then, because I've bought a few recently, and I don't know whether I've seen those, because I've got to pick my order up in a bit.
Ooh,
so it's very exciting, because they're lovely.
You haven't picked your order up since November.
No, I have.
Yeah, no, we last brought you these in November. They're reordered. It's the first chance we've had them back on since of this exact design. As you say, it might be in something similar. You can't take it down if it's brand new. That's not the rules. I thought you. Woo! $9.95 solid sterling silver, 21mm for your key, 18 by 13 mil. You are giving it away now. Imagine this with the sterling silver chain we had earlier. Sterling silver chain has sold out as it stands, so forgive us if you missed out. I do have rose gold and yellow gold coming up later. Oh yeah. If you thought they were awesome, you might want to add and have the sort of 3-strand chain. But this, are you joking? I have so much space for you to join me. The phone lines do get busy, but they don't get full. Oh no, 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 no. There's a space for you. 0800 644 655. That number is how much, Ben? How much is that number to call it from a landline?
From a BT landline?
From any landline.
Is it nothing?
It's nothing, it's free. They say things aren't free these days, but it's free. Totally free. Totally free. JewelleryMaker.com and the website, how much does it charge you to log in on the website? Nothing. No. Doesn't cost you a thing to log in. So is that free as well then? Yeah, there's another free thing we've found today. Because I imagine if you've already paid for your internet provider, then you would just use what you've already paid for, so you'd already be paying for it. And if you've logged into somebody else's internet, then you're not even paying for that. Not that I recommend that. But when I'm at work, you log in with the work Wi-Fi. What do you mean I'm not supposed to? What do you mean I'm not supposed to be on my work Wi-Fi? On the Book of the Face. Who said that? I have a work Facebook page. Haha. Well, check those out. I do have space on those. Claire, why did you go for the key in the lock?
I just think like that it's a, when I say romantic, I don't necessarily sort of mean boyfriend girlfriend, but it's just a perfect sentiment, isn't it? So you know, lots of, like you say, different milestones in your life, unlocking something which can mean a lot of things. Brilliant, gorgeous, really delicate design as well.
A chapter in your life.
Yes, yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. It's the next design inspiration of the week. It is one of the most special. I love it. Love this. Did I mention I loved it? When you see what we've got, you're going to want to get involved. When you see what Claire's made, you'll be kicking yourself if you haven't got involved, and you'll be jumping over yourself, jumping over the cat and the dog on the sofa to try and get to the phone. Have you got a phone in your hand? No. Right, find one. What do you mean someone's on the phone? They're on your landline. This will be much more important. Just tell them it'll only take a few seconds. Yeah, you can call them back later. It'll be fine. 0800 644 655. Call me now, because this is going to sell out. JewelleryMaker.com and the website, whichever's most convenient. Oh my word! Where do we start? Do we start with all the amazing silver-plated copper wire of 3 different gauges, 0.4mm, 0.6mm, and 0.8mm, 10 meters of each, giving you 30 meters in total? No, I think we should start with these amazing drops that everybody wants. These were flying. We had a wee taster of them yesterday. I think it was the last 14 maybe. In almost a purple colour. They sold out so quickly. They were gorgeous. These came out not long before Christmas time, because we all kept talking about Frozen. Let it go, let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. Rainbow coated quartz bars. 14 by 4mm to 30 by 6mm. Now we started calling them sort of shards when they last came in, didn't we? Do you remember that?
I think they were, weren't they? Yeah.
Ooh. This has got even longer than we originally had. These are how many centimetres? Well, it doesn't tell me. 430 carats is a good length. I might even get my ruler of truth out, who never lies. What does a ruler of truth never do?
Lie.
Never lies. What does it only do?
Tells the truth.
Only tells the truth.
Measures.
Never lies, it does measure. Another way of saying that rhymes is it tells the size. Doesn't lie, only tells the size. What do you reckon? Ooh! Oh no, I can't. It's more than 30 centimetres. What do we do here? Do we cut a wee section off and keep it? Give it all. It's 12 on 30. It's 42 centimetres. I will guarantee you 38, because that's our average size. If you get 42, boom, boom. I just noticed that this ruler is shatter resistant as well. That's lovely. Wonderful. Should we try and test it and see? It's not all you get, but it's a pretty hot start, isn't it? 21 have already gone. I only had 16. What was it? 69. Oh, the computer needs to catch up then. It's taking its time, isn't it? Oh my word, these are some of the thickest pearls. Biwa pearls, 22 by 7mm to 20 by 7mm. How much love have we got for these? These are lovely, central drilled, but on the side. Claire, well, that's not all you get. Hold on, there's one more treat. How did you feel when this arrived? Did you think it was more than what you
did do lots of little squeals about it. Yeah,
did
very,
you?
very pleased. Yeah.
I'm gonna get some wire for you now, if I can. Oh, it's gonna all unreal, isn't it? Hey ho. And a bottle of rum. Let's open this. I'm getting it. Of course I'm getting in there.
That
When do I ever
recording,
not get in there?
the recording's like a scene out of Frozen, isn't it? Sort of like as if you were going through glaciers and ice mountains.
Oh yeah, I love that. I watched a wee video this morning. I think it's Jaguar Land Rover that took some of their customers to like frozen glacier place, and they were driving all the Land Rovers over all of it to like test the cars to see it. And they were all driving over ice and through like, it looked like where our boss Steve went to the North Pole. It looked like that. And I was thinking, it looks like that. So just what you said, glaciers, ice, smashed ice, splashing up. Love it. Have a look at these. You get these as well? Oh yeah, you do. These are brand new bicone spacers. Now, how many people have messaged me asking for bicone shaped gems and bicone shaped treats? Silver plated, 4mm, so not shy and retiring. That's the largest size we would call a seed bead. After that, it'd be a 5mm. You wouldn't call it classic really as a seed bead anymore, would you? So 4mm bicones, 100 of those. That's your should be price on the telly, not your price today. It's like what I call a Beverly Knight price. Do you know what that is? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Should been there, would have been there, and could have been there, but we're not. You can't take that much off it. No, you can't. That's almost, that's 2 notes with change. $34.95.
Wow.
Silver plated wire, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 mil, 10 meters of each. I understand how you might look to that price point and thought, at £53, I'm sure Jewellery Maker could do something. Of course we're going to do something. We're not just doing something. Look at that. You get 100 of these, and we haven't even seen Claire's jewellery, and they're already flying out the door. So you imagine when you see what Claire's made. One piece of Claire's jewellery, I would happily pay over £100 for. Happily. And I would expect Claire to charge me more. That would be me in a bartering. It's only just because I come back from Thailand and you're allowed to barter over there. They love it. It's so funny. I was bartering for the price of, what was it the price of? A banana pancake. I was quite happy to pay 20p for it, but they were like, no. I was thinking, all right, 10p? Okay. I was thinking, all right then. Just lost yourself to it, 10p, but love it, love it, love it. Whether you want to put them together, whether you want to keep them separately, if the pure ice white for you, it does look like a scene from Frozen.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous kit. Oh, absolutely gorgeous.
Wait till you see what Claire has made. Oh yeah, you spotted it, didn't you? Literally, just like, whoa! Oh my word. Oh my word. I know today we've got wire writing as well with our letters and our words. Don't worry, that's coming up. But this is giving you a lovely selection of different ways of working with wire. Blown me away in the office today. In fact, everybody, Scott's just reiterating that. Everybody was, I literally needed to have a little seat after I saw that.
Oh, thanks.
And then I also have to, well, I wasn't allowed to dibs it because Wendy Woo already dibsed it for the workshop. Wendy Woo was like, that's coming on with, look at this. How long, if you can recall by any chance, did it take you to make that?
It took me about a day and a half. A day and a half.
That's all?
Yes, but the demo I'm going to do is part of that, but right from the very, very beginning, so I can show you my thought process of going into it, which obviously that bit takes a while as well, not just the weaving.
When you first saw this kit, when it first, either whether you first picked it up at work or it first arrived at your home, what was the first thing that you thought of making?
Well, I always look at the name, and so Ethereal, so, you know, sort of not of this world. So I was thinking, well, what does that mean to me? So what does Ethereal mean to me? So I was thinking angels, but, you know, things with wings, really, sort of maybe mythological creatures. So I was thinking a little bit, you know, like maybe a Pegasus or along those lines. Really, it was about wings and you know, a little bit fairies, a little bit, you know, just loads of different, like I said, you know, as the title, not of this world. So that's what my inspiration was.
I think it might be a silly question, But what's your favourite piece?
I think the big wings.
It's gotta be,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I do.
Is
like
that
big
the
wings.
longest it took to make out of everything?
Yes.
Did that take the longest?
Yes, it did.
I'm so pleased that you spent a day and a half to make that, because that has just blown our minds. £34.95. Do you know what? Since we've got 29 left, I think we should go to £29.95.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
There's a thing I've got with budgets, and I think I don't want anyone to break a budget. And if you set budget aside to get a kit, most of our kits are about £30. £35 would just break that budget, wouldn't it? And then adding on postage and packaging, it's near £40. So if we can get it under £30, it's a £23 saving per person. Yeah? Fancy treating yourself? I know what it's like, because I don't ever want anyone to go over their budget, because I know what it's like. You set it for a reason. And I know we have so many wonderful treats, and it can be so tempting. So do try and stick to your budgets. But if you budgeted to get this kit, then I'm sure you would have put, well, it should have been 53 odd pounds. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wonderful wings from our Sandra.
Thanks,
in
Sandra.
Lanarkshire.
Thank you.
We're going to get to see how to make them. How amazing is this? Another message from Shan, sorry, forgive me, I read that too quickly, in Denbighshire. Stunning pieces, Claire.
Oh, thanks, Sean. Thank you. That's lovely. That's really lovely.
I love this. This reminds me of when I was a little girl, because I had a pen just like this, and it was quartz.
Yes, yeah, I think I did as well. And that's so. I mean, a lot of the pieces are really gem heavy, but for that price, you know, if you want to split them up and just have really, you know, just one gem, the gems are so striking on their own. You know that you can do that design. So for that price, look how, you know, and they are rammed onto that strand.
They are. There's no spaces in there, nothing filling out that 38/42 centimeters. They will be selling out. I've only got a limited amount. And remember, it is silver plated wire, as well as your Biwa pearls. And the Biwa pearls, how were they to work with?
Oh, beautiful. And they are. When you get gems like that, it's a pleasure as well, because you know, you're mesmerised slightly when you're working with them, you know, because there's so much going on in each gem. You know, all the colours, you know, there's pinks and blues, green, they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Oh wow, and there's a mini angel wing as well.
Mini wings, yeah.
Mini wings. Right, should we go for it? With only 20 left.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So I'm going to do it slightly differently to how I'm going to start from where I start off. So and it's a wire writing show, which, you know, if you've seen before, you know that I really like wire writing. So this is how, it could be another way that you could use these techniques to do your wire writing, if that's what you chose to do. So it's basically starting from if you were going to drawing or in your sketchbook, and how you would then make that sort of a 2D sketch into a 3D object. Oh. So that's where we're going to start, if that's all right.
Can you do it if you can't draw? Because I can't draw.
Yes, I'm going to show you exactly how you can. Because my drawing's not, you know, it's not amazing. It's just it's where you start.
I'll let you see this and then make your mind up. It's not amazing.
That was where. So that, you know, when you say what happens when you get the kit. Yeah. So this is where I would start. So I'd already thought, all right, I want to do something so ethereal, out of this, you know, not of this world. So I was thinking wings, birds, Pegasus, like I said. So
Phoenix.
But unless I'm going to spend, which I would love to do, but it's not actually feasible, you know, months and months, you need to scale down the detail of what you're making. Mm-hmm. So you could do a wonderfully detailed drawing, but you need to look at it when you've done your little sketch, or you've got inspiration, say from the internet, or paintings or pictures or magazines. Scale it down and simplify that drawing, so that you would take, so I started off with the bird images. So I knew I really liked that sort of a span there, and that would be ideal for jewellery. So on a necklace, that would be ideal as that shape. So if I then take some of this, I'm not going to go through all of that detail there with my wire work. So I'd simplify that down so you can see here. So I've still got that sweep of the wings, but I've simplified it down. And then I think about, what am I going to do with all the ends? Because obviously I'd have quite a few ends with that. So then you would look here and maybe have some spirals. So you're still keeping the same sort of, you're still keeping that shape that is your initial inspiration to it, but you're just taking elements out of it. So that's my starting point. So if I show you then, I then took, so it was this one here, so that sketch there. And so from that, because I like that shape, so you don't have to throw that away and start again. You can just trace over and take elements out of it and just go over maybe thicker lines. But you can already see I've scaled down the detail from the two drawings, which makes it a lot easier if you're doing wire work, that, you know, because you've got less detail there, so it's going to be much easier. So then what I do there, because I'm not very good, I'm okay because I'm right-handed at drawing sort of that direction, if that makes sense. But what I'm really not very good at doing is drawing the same in that way there. So what I do, I just trace over and copy that side, so that you end up with sort of that shape, if you can see. So because I want something that is quite uniform, I want this side to be pretty much the same as that side. So you can see there, because I've traced over, so those two, that is a mirror image of that one, so I know it's going to sit really nicely.
So if somebody like me can't draw, is sitting at home thinking, how do I do that? Could you just trace over something in a book that you see? Or
yes,
over
absolutely, absolutely. That would be perfect. That would be really perfect, because then what you would do is, if you saw a design or a shape that you liked, you could just do a simple trace over, and maybe the lines that would come through the darkest, they would be what the lines that you would
structure lines
in the wire. Yes, absolutely.
Don't worry.
Absolutely not. No.
Because you're an exceptional talent.
So, well, thank you very much. But so if you've got your simple line drawing now. So if you take your heavier gauge, and you can see now, this is, you know, again at home, I'll show you, I would work over it like this. So you're going to have to excuse. You know, I don't know what it's going to come out with, because obviously I'm going to be back here, because you don't want to see that, do you? You don't want to see all my roots? No, you don't want to see that. So, if we take some of
I've got roots, I always hold things up to my head, and I'm thinking, oh, why did I do that? You haven't got any.
So I'm taking the 0.8. So and again, going back to the wire writing, how this would work, you can see that if you wrote out words that you wanted to, say for example, I do a lot of love necklaces. So if you wanted to, you could just, if I do it on that one there, so you could write your, say like that. So you would do love, and then you could use this technique that we're going to go through now to create that. Obviously, just thinking you might need to bring that up there for your jump ring, and maybe that one up there, or you could hang it there. So you've got thinking about it, but you can be tracing over. Okay, so that is how it relates to the wire writing. So I've got very definite lines that I've taken here. So I've got my basic shape. So if I just take out some of the, and I've been doing this off the reel, so I haven't cut a set amount, so that you know that you're going to be able to, you're not going to run out. Although with that, when it's that detailed, it's really not the end of the world if you have to add in. I mean, with all that weaving, I was adding in all the time. So, but for this outline, because you want a bit of structure to it, you need to try and keep it all one piece really for the outline.
I'm just going to bring it a bit closer for anyone who's just tuned in, so you can see what we're up to. Because from a distance you can see it. It's a masterpiece.
So again, as usual, if you're taking your wire, just get, you know, with your nylon jaw pliers, if you've got them, or, you know, finger and thumb, just get out all the kinks that you can, so that you're working with. It's just going to make it a lot easier to work with. Now, leave yourself a good tail, because you don't know what's going to happen. You might need to use this at some point. So we're going to start, and I'm holding that, so that's there, that's my template, and that's what I'm going to use. So having my pliers, and I'm just going to start and hold it against the paper, and all I'm starting to do is just tease out the wire, and to start creating nice gentle bends. So you can see, I know that's going to sit really nicely at that point, and I want to start at this lowest, this line here. So not this section, because this section is going to continue onto the other side. So I'm doing this bottom section first. So I want to create that nice curve. So I'm just bending it round, and you can see it's not perfect, and you mustn't try and, you know, strive for that perfection, because it's going to be slightly different, because you're taking it from one medium of a flat drawing to a three-dimensional object. So, you know, don't get disheartened if you think, well, it's not exactly how it is on the paper, because it never will be. So sort of almost don't set yourself up to be disappointed with your work. So you can see now, so I want the wire going in this direction. So I'm just, again, teasing it round, and I'm using my fingers. If you wanted to, I would use maybe your round nose pliers, but what you want are gentle sweeping motions. You really don't want to be doing anything like that, because you'll just you'll create a really not a very nice angle in your work, which for this design is not what you want. So you can see there, I'm going along that section. So what I would do then, I would take my pliers, because I know I do really I want a nice sharp angle going in there. So if I just grasp that bit, and I'm going to take there, because see, this is what I mean. So I've taken this off here, and I'm going to create a shape. So it's never going to be exactly the same as this. So you'll be able to see in a minute what I mean. So I'm just going to take that. So if I move that out of the way for a second, and bend that down, and that's going to be one of my first sections of the wings. Okay, so we've got that shape. So if I take it back, try and keep it flat, so there's my first section. And again, I want to pinch there, because that's where I want my next bend, and bend back round. Now at this point here, if you can sort of, almost like a tips bit, the mistake I made here, I did a really tight pinch there, which it gave me the lovely shape that I wanted when I followed here, but then when I started to weave, I couldn't get my 0.4, I had to open it out. So I would just give yourself just a little, quite a gentle, you don't want it pinched together like that, which you can open it, but you're just going to weaken the wire. So I'm just going to, again, just almost stroking that wire into the direction that I want it, which is going up in this direction. So here, now you can already see I'm not going to be anywhere near where I need to be if I was going to follow this drawing rigidly. So we just think, okay, I'm going to bring that up here, and I want my wire bending this way, so a little stroke like that, and it's going to go in the direction that I want it to. And
just to let you know, sorry Claire, I've only got 6 left. I've got more than 6 in baskets, so just try and check it out if you do wish to go for it. And I imagine you're just like me, completely enthralled in this design inspiration, but if you haven't got it, then I don't want you to be thinking, oh, why didn't Ali tell me, and I could have checked it out and then continued to watch. So try and check it out now if you've got it in your basket, because as you can see there's there's 5 left. Good luck. Sorry Claire.
That's all right. So I'm just going to do exactly the same here. So I'm going to pinch at this point, and that's going to be my second, and the same way that I did with the first, I'm going to bring that round, and I've had to do very little there, because that's the direction, the natural curve of the wire, and it's giving me that lovely curve and lovely shape. So you can see there, and you can tweak all these afterwards if you want, a little bit, add little shapes if you wanted to there, but that natural curve of the reel of the wire is giving you that lovely shape. So it's doing a lot of the work for you, isn't it? So again, we put it up there to reference against our drawing, so you can actually see I've only created 2, but I've gone over 3, and it really doesn't matter, because it's a shape, it's an overall effect that I'm trying to get. So again, I pinch there, I'm going to turn back, but you can see here that wire is not going in the direction that I want it to. So again, I'm just going to stroke it like that, and push down, and it's going in giving me that nice curve that I want. And again, keep that little bit quite loose there. I don't want it a really tight curve. So again, pushing up, and with the wire, keeping it down. So pushing it and taking your pliers again. So here might be an ideal point to, should I hold it up like that? Is that a little bit better so that you can see? I put that behind it. You can see what it's like. So you can see it's starting to, you're starting to get, I mean, this would be an ideal, actually looking at it like that, it'd be a really good leaf shape as well, wouldn't it? You could do nice leaves like this. So I'm going to kick that back. So, and I might use my round nose pliers for here. And bring down. So by doing that, it's sort of, they're almost like fingers, aren't they, as well? So there we go. So again, you can see it's slightly different, but it really, you know, it really doesn't matter. And this is the point where you might think, in the same way with petals or flowers, you know, do I want an even number? Do I want an odd number? But obviously, with the design I've done, it's a mirror image, so you know it's going to be the same on either side. So I think I've got 5. I think on that side, have I? I think I've got 5.
Yeah, you have 5.
Yeah. So if we just do this one, so I'm going to just do a couple more. So I've got my 3. And then I can show you how you would then get onto the other side. So again, all the time, pushing up, referencing against my design.
And just a quick question, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, sure.
We've had Leslie very kindly in the Isle of Man taking the time to drop us a wee message. Thank you, Leslie. Said, hi Ali and Claire, stunning design, Claire. Would you be able to put a photo of the wings template onto Facebook with the design pictures?
I have. I've given it to the guys in there, so it should be. They should all be in there.
So it'll be on the work Facebook page, and as well as maybe even on Claire's.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I don't know about that because I'm not very good with it. I'm
I'll
not very good.
Post it on your wall.
Thank you. Thanks very
Not
much.
that I'm
Thanks,
very
Leslie.
good at it, but I'll do it. Yeah.
So we're doing the 4th one. So again, because I don't want a really, really sharp angle, so I've got my round nose pliers into that, and I'm just pushing all the way to create that nice curve. So.
Just to let you know, that kit's nearly sold out, so we're just going to offer some wires that you might want to add with it. They are 0.6, 0.8 and 1 mil gauge. We'll get a price on for that for you as well.
So again, referencing against that template, and you can see here this little section there. I'd probably have a little. You might think, well, I want to work on that a little bit because I'm not really that keen on. You know, that's quite a big gap in between. But then you'd get a very, very different design. It'd be a much more stylised wing design. So you see, that is entirely up to you. But if I just close that, if I show you, I'd probably just bring that in a little bit and create a slightly tighter corner there. So I've got my 4, but I want to do 5. So I'm going to make sure that that line of the wire is coming all the way down. I'm going to go all the way in, and you can see these inner parts, I'll just get out of a tangle there. They're all sort of coming in at about the same sort of, you can see they're all sort of meeting around there.
So even if there's slightly 2 wings over 1 on the drawing for whatever reason, you're still going to have that same line, whether it's bigger or smaller.
But this is what comes down to the design process of, because I'd initially thought, well, they will make great wings as they are. But then when I actually put them into a 3-dimensional object, it's very different because I realised that I needed to add another part of the design, which is actually this section here. To hide this section because it just didn't look right. It didn't look like it did on the drawing, and it needed a little bit extra. So I mean, that template is on there as well, so you can see that in a minute. So you know and that's the thing, isn't it? That's the joy of when you do designs, that they change and they evolve, and you get different effects. So on the last wing, the tip, I would spend a little bit of time because this is really going to be a focal area that people are going to see, or that is going to draw attention, and it's also going to be probably part that sits against your skin. So I'd spend a bit of time just on this little. You don't want to too sharp an angle, but you want it to be dramatic enough so that it really does sort of strengthen, that image of the wings. So what you really don't want, if I show you what I mean, what you don't want to end that wing sort of, if I just show you, like that, because that's really it's not gonna look very nice visually. So if you put it on, and I want that to come down from there, and I want a really nice, because it's my last one, I want a really nice
sharp
curve on that section. So there are my 5 parts of my wing.
My word. For those of you who are wondering what gauge Claire's using, we are using 0.8 mil gauge now. that's incorporated here. You have 0.6, 0.8 and 1 mil gauge for the 3 of these. We're doing the 3 of them for just £9.95. It's supposed to be £13 odds. 13.85. We're taking it down to £9.95. So the middle one, the 0.8, is what Claire's currently using. Claire also had 0.6 in her kit too, and then you're getting an extra larger gauge of 1 mil there. Kits at the bottom of the screen, I think there were 2 were on the screen a moment ago. There's space there for you if you haven't yet checked it out, or if you've changed your mind and gone for the wire for whatever reason. The space there for you. I think 2, maybe 3. I think somebody's maybe changed their mind going for the wire, whatever reason. You can change your mind. There's no harm in that at all. But it does mean that there's an extra space for you than 2. There's 3, I think.
That's all right. So we've got that side now. So this is the point where we want to create our mirror image. So we're going to curve. Say, should we just hold it there, and we'll try that. So I'm just going to see what that is like. And again, you can see the curve of the way the wire is going. It's going to sit and make that really, really nice shape. So we don't have to put very much work tools-wise on that section of wire, which is great. So you've got that lovely curve. So now, in the same way that I would be thinking, oh, that's wonderful, I'm really happy with that side, but now I've got to reproduce the next side, and I want it to be exactly the same. And chances are, if I do it freehand, it's going to be very, very different. So in almost the same way that I make a lot of my hearts, if we've got this point here, and I need to know, so if I'm looking at there, I might reference back to this one and think, right, that's where my one side is going to be. So I know I want that little V that's in the centre, I want that to be coming down to about here. So I need to make a bend in that wire about here. So if I take there and just pinch at that point and bend back on itself, if I just hold that, I'm just going to bend back on the wire there. So, and it's a little bit fiddly at times, but I mean, it depends what style of jewellery, if the projects that you like to do, I think it's worth it. But you just have to always initially.
I think looking at it, it's more than worth it.
You've got a lot of wire to play with. And my other tip with this, what I did, because when I started to wrap, when I got my template out, when I started to wrap through, the wire kept on getting caught into, because obviously it would be perfect, wouldn't it, for catching the wire. So if you just wrap that in cling film or in a freezer bag or something where you can just clip it on, so it just stops. It's not light, it's lightweight, but it just stops it from your 0.4 going in. So if I show you, I want to follow that curve there, taking it all there. And so again, because I've got an angle here, so this is a point that I need to really pay a bit of attention to, because I don't want to start my my bend here, because straight away they're not going to be even. So pushing that to get it so that it sort of sits on top of the first. So almost I'm using this as my template. I'll just move that out of the way a bit there. So I'm going to start, and that's where I want that bend to be. So again, I'm holding there, I'm holding both of the pieces of wire, if you can see there, if I turn it like that. So I'm grasping both of them because I want this top wire to have the same angle and the same position of that bend. So I'm going to sweep up like that. So if I hold that like that, can you see it's sort of, one is going to sit right on top of the other.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. So if I just keep that there, and again you can see that I want my next corner to be here. So in the same way that the demonstrations when we've done wire writing, this is where, when you're doing bends and corners like this, this is important to remember those extra couple of millimeters that when you're making a bend, to take those into account. So if I put my pliers where that bend is on the bottom one, this bend here is going to almost like overshoot and be larger. So I need to bear that in mind. So if I just drop it down a couple of millimetres, if that makes sense. Was that as clear as mud?
Absolutely does. What doesn't make sense is that my producer's just taken this to $7.95 from $13.80.
Brilliant.
He's like, thanks, Claire.
You're welcome.
Joker. What a joker.
Well, that's wonderful, because I mean, you don't, you know, I would always say, yeah, do wire writing, do, you know, but I mean, you can do, you're going to do anything with that, aren't you? And silver goes with absolutely, with everything.
Make it go with everything.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way.
So if I just take off a little bit more of that.
Can't get my head around that. $7.95.
So again, in that same way, we're going to bring that round, keep stroking it round. And again, not making excuses for my shoddy work, but you would spend a lot longer than this, you know, because this is your template. This is going to give you the shape. So yes, you know that the wire weaving is going to take you quite a bit of time, but this bit spend time on, because this is the shape of your piece, isn't it? So you can do all the most wonderful, neat wire weaving, you know, in the world, but if the shape isn't particularly great,
yes,
you know, you're going to kick yourself. Yes, you're going to kick yourself. So I'm just going to try and work a little bit quicker, but you can see, you can get the effect of, I'm just going all the way around. So I'm using that first shape that I did, that I referenced off the picture template. So I'm now going around and referencing against the wire work template.
This is amazing, Claire.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it?
It's just, I think, you know, often with something like that, when it's that intricate, you can be put off thinking, well, that's just too complicated. But by doing this, it just really breaks it down, and you can see, you know, it's very, very simple. It's really not very complicated once you break it down into, you know, sort of simple, easy to do steps. And if you haven't got, you know, you can't sit there and do a complete day. You know, something like this, you could pick it up. It's a bit like knitting, isn't it? You know, you pick it up, put it down.
A wee section before tea, or a wee section before.
That's it.
Before you go to bed. Even do a wee bit in bed, just to help you fall asleep, just to relax.
Yeah, but not with the wire weaving bit, because then you snip the. I know I've got little bits of 0.4 wire all over the floor.
Really?
Yeah, not in bed, but on the floor.
Wow.
So, and I'm just going to do these last two here, and you can see it's sort of, because you've got these, you know, it's a reasonably big shape. It's a 0.8, and you could quite easily do this if you wanted to in the 1 mil. But what I did with mine when I finished this shape, which I nearly have now,
yay!
You can see I then work hard in mine. So I did hammer it. So.
Ooh, do you know what hammer you've already got it on, haven't you? Our producer's already got a selection of hammers for you. If I had a hammer.
So, taking that point, so now if we just open those up, and if I know that I'm going to have enough here, so I'm just going to snip that off there. So if I spread that out, because I've just got that little V shape there, I'm just going to spread that out and bring that all round, and then you can see where you've started to, and it will bounce about a little bit because you've got quite a lot of wire there, but you can really see, so that is your initial template.
Wow.
So I'm not going to wire weave all of it again, because I think that might send me mad, I think.
Oh.
But so that's where you would go. You would I put spirals on mine there, But how I started, I did each individual. I wire wrapped those two together to give me my shape. So I did work harden it. So I hammered all over, and because you've got no wires sort of crossing over each other yet at that point, so it's okay to hammer all over. So you can see there, that's where you're starting, that's where your shape is coming from. So as I said, so I did each individual, well, not feathers either, but sort of area of feathers. So I would start here with my weave with my 0.4 and going in and over. So just
like
a really,
figure of eight.
yes, exactly, really simple weave, and then finish at this point and do that through each one, so you can see here where that's going.
So you start on the inside and then you finish at the end.
Yeah, that's it.
And then here, did you just do a single wrap all the way around?
Yeah, that's just a single wrap, but if you have a look here, so you can see on the back, you can see, so the weave actually stops around about there. Shall I show you that way?
Yeah,
so you can
perfect.
see it doesn't reach the very end. So you can see I've got a little gap there, but that's where each weave would go to. So can you see why I then realised once I'd started making the three-dimensional shape, I needed to make changes to the design, which is that section there. So that bit there, which when you look at it, don't know what I've done with that's that little bit there. So you can see it just sort of looks like a little bit of a slug, really, doesn't it, I suppose?
Like a snake.
Yeah. So that's the section, and that's just straightforward weaving across there. And again, what I don't normally use spirals in my work. It's just a different, it's how you feel. But this design really lends itself. So on any ends I did put the spirals on there, so you can see there.
Looks
any ends, so just wrapped
fantastic.
and done the spirals.
My word, Claire, tremendous. If you missed out on Claire's design inspiration opportunity, but you did manage to get the wire, I have some other coloured shards for you. I have some antique bronze. Could you just substitute them?
Yes,
easily enough,
yeah,
or?
they'd be great, wouldn't they? They'd be fantastic.
So we've got 60 left of them. They're 9. Oh, are they? Ooh. Again, around 42 centimetres. It does feel a little bit like the late show, doesn't it?
That's gorgeous, yeah. That's a great colour.
So you could substitute this for and with some of the shards from the previous design inspiration. You could add them in, do the same sort of idea with necklaces. But for the ones that flew out earlier in the design inspiration of the white, you can either mix them in or just have an alternative for somebody who likes the bronzes, depending on what you're looking for, depending on what wire you've got at home. So only £9.95 for 300 carats. They're 13 by 5 mil, 35 by 7 mil. Then I'll also add in the blue as a separate opportunity. These are quite... The bronze I'll move to the bottom of your screen for you, so they're still available. Code KGGP97. That makes me think of peanuts.
Oh, I love that one.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty magical, isn't
Yeah.
it? Pretty lovely. So it's hot, it's metallic, it's vibrant, colours explosive. And again with silver it'll look fabulous. Same size again, 13 by 5 to 33 by 6 mil. I think it's the same size anyway. £9.95, same price though. 350 carats. They're both available for you on screen. The code on this one is KVGP42. And again, you've got a good quantity on these, maybe around 60. So try and get them when you can, only as a guide, just to help you if you see something you like, because these have always flown out in the past. Last 20 in the bronze already, and the blue's only just come on, so obviously that's going to not be far behind it, especially when it's thought to be the favourite colour of both ladies and gents, the blue. Doesn't have to be yours. Mine's pink, but well, mine's peach actually.
I think pink.
Yeah, I think. Thought to be. Doesn't have to be. Hi, Ali and Claire. Claire, you are just amazing from Leanne and Bracelets and Bling.
Thanks, Leanne. Thank you.
Lovely to hear from you. More coming through. Karen and Avon. Hiya, Karen. Hi ladies, this is a fantastic demo. Thank you so much for sharing. Loving the show. And that's from Cara in Bristol.
Thank you.
More coming through. If you want to get into contact, it's JewelleryMaker.com, the website, or 60777, and the text number is just put JM Studio at the start and it'll come straight through to us. And the last one from Veronica for the moment. Beautiful jewellery, Claire, just beautiful. The price is unreal. I shouldn't have bought, but I have bought too. Really shouldn't have, but couldn't resist.
You'll love it, Veronica. It's wonderful, wonderful kit.
I'm really pleased. Very well done, you lovely Claire. Sorry, I'll let you get back to it.
So if I can leave the and I'm happy to. I'm not really not very good with Facebook at all, but I can answer messages. So if you do have any problems with it and I haven't demoed enough, then just let me know. I'll eventually message you back.
If you haven't got Facebook, you can drop me a wee email or call the contact centre and they can send me an email with your number. We can get in touch with you. We can help you sort it out. There's always a way. Telegram, I don't know if that still works, but yeah, but you can drop us a wee phone call or you can drop us a wee message on JewelleryMaker.com or my Facebook or email, and we can get in contact with Claire. So we'll get you doing it. We'll get you sorted. So don't worry about that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, but yeah, just let us know.
Yeah. So I can't remember, sorry, whether I said, so this section there is a separate section. You would just weave that. It's not, yeah. So once you'd finish weaving, you've got two parts, and then you would just, you can actually see here, there's little, almost like I've used the wire to stitch that together. So you can see there. So if we use that same, I would have
noticed that if you hadn't pointed that out.
Well, it's good to. I could sort of pretend and say no, it's invisible stitching, but it's good to, I think, for people. That's how I justify it anyway. So using that same technique, and this isn't necessarily how I would do wire writing, but you might find that this is a good way and it works for you. So this is another way of doing your wire writing. If you don't feel comfortable to, and it might be a good way to start if you don't feel comfortable to do it freehand and just sort of all in one go, that if you've got something to reference, sometimes that can give you a little bit more confidence.
I think so, because I tried the freehand wire writing with you, but mine was huge.
Yours was good. It was good. It was good. And that was connecting two words as well, wasn't it? So
me and you.
Yeah. So if we look, so if we start with, so if we do love like that, so that's quite a nice swirly way. So I should probably actually do it a little bit bigger. So if we start, and I'm going to, you will get wastage with wire, but always keep your keep your bits and keep the bits, because you will use them for things. Because what you don't want to do, you really don't want to get sort of to about here, and you've worked all this far and you haven't got enough. So
then you just be love.
Yes.
And that's no good, is
it? It wouldn't be.
Love doesn't mean anything to anyone, does it?
You could love somebody, couldn't you? But it wouldn't really be the same.
Do you know lol is put into the dictionary I heard today in the radio? Lol. As a word.
I don't like text speak.
So when your dad sends it to you and I say, I'll see you soon, I'm just driving up to Scotland. Okay, see you soon, lol. Lol?
But
he meant lots of love. I thought he was like, laugh out loud. I was like, what's wrong with my driving? He meant lots of love. Proper cool and hip my dad is. I'm not.
Right, so this is going to be, so we'll see whether this, I actually am right about this, because this may be enough, it may not, so you will see in the proof will be in the pudding when we start doing it. So I think I've probably got about 40 centimetres there, would you say? Something like that. So we'll have a try with this, and I'm going to use a combination of my chain nose and my round nose pliers. So I always, when I'm starting off with my wire writing, I always start off with a little. So with your flush cutters, give yourself that nice flush end there. And so I'm going to start here, but what I will always start with is just a little curve. So, and the one good thing with that is I know that I've always got somewhere then to attach. I can attach my jump rings if I wanted to, chain, whatever it is, threads. I know I've always got an anchor point there. So, starting here, and I'm going to reference against that. So I'm going to hold down on here, and again in the same way we did with the wings, just I'm going to push that into the start so that I'm getting the curve that I want that wire to go into. So I'm going to take it up to there. Again, check that that side hasn't really moved off. I'm quite happy with that. And again, don't be really precious that, you know, it might not turn out exactly the same because you're transferring your two-dimensional into your three-dimensional. So just keep referencing. And I'm going to bend that round. And I might pinch there. And I want to come, let me think, I want to come behind. If I move up my hand a little bit there, you can see I'm coming behind that initial wire. And you'll get, the more wire writing you do, that's it. So you can see there was the first, and there is the bottom. And the more wire writing you do, you'll find a way that when you know that whether it's better to go above, because you're always thinking about that next letter. So you will be able to think, should that first wire go underneath or over the top? I mean, if you look at, can you see that A at the end? That's got quite a bit of embellishment, but you can see there the wires, you know, they're not flat, they're going, the curve, they're going in and over each other. So especially if you put it, let me see if I can do it. You can see there, it's not a flat shape. You've got different curves of the wire. So in the same way, so you can you see how it bends and one wire goes in front of the other, and you've got different curves. So the more you do, the easier that'll become. Yeah. So if we reference against that L again, so we've got that first loop. So I might take it off again, and because I know that I want a nice gentle curve here for that L, because that's the style that I'm doing. I'm not doing, it's quite a fluid font, so I don't want to, it's not sharp angles that I'm looking for.
So could you print off a font that you like and just make the size really big on the computer, and then print that font off and then try and copy it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't write as pretty as that.
Absolutely.
And I know you put all the large letters on the...
Yeah, and I wondered whether you would remember that. I need to confess something in a minute.
Oh no, sorry.
You asked me to do something and I ran out of time, so I'm being honest there. The lowercase letters. Oh, so okay. I will do that at some point. But
well, that's what I was thinking. You could print it out yourself in like a 22 or 32 size font.
Yeah.
And then copy this, because you might be as good as Claire's writing, but mine's not that pretty.
So I would think here, oh, this is a little bit, because on this where my pen has gone, I've doubled over there. So this bit's going to get a little bit more complicated. So I can either go back to, I don't know, I suppose using a bit of initiative and maybe being a little bit more freehand with it, or I can follow it to the letter, but as it were. But you will get to have an appreciation. Then you might get several layers of wire, if that makes sense. So there, if you're looking at, you've already got 2 layers of wire there. Yeah. So at some points you might get 2 or 3 layers. So think about what it is you're going to do with it. When it's like that and it's overlapped, you're not really going to be able to work hard on it, because you don't want to break the wires. So what I might do here is I might think, right, well, I'm going to adjust it slightly. So I'm going to pinch on that part, and then I'm going to do a little bit freehand. So again, as we've discussed before with wire writing, always be mindful of the measurements of the word. So that's my uppercase, and that's my starting line. And I want that really to be about halfway, if you can see there, to try and get that, just so that it sits, and it, because if it's wire writing, you want people to be able to read what, it's not just a pattern, it is a word as well.
So a massive capital O and then a tiny wee V or a big E. Yeah.
And again, it's depending on your style, isn't it? You could do, if that's what you wanted to do, but I think you'd have to, it would be a very, very, it'd be like a whimsical, unique style, wouldn't it? That's the effect you were trying to come across. So you can see I'm just squeezing to create that nice O. But here, I want this bit of wire to be coming off somewhere in that direction. So I'm going to pinch around and then just stop a minute, because I want to have a look at what that next point is. So I need this wire to be coming off at this point here, because my next letter is a V. Now I could start it off and where the sweep of my has come from this bottom point up like that, but I think with the wire that I've got, otherwise I'm going to have to bring this wire all the way back round and bring it from here, if that makes sense. So I want to bring this wire somewhere here. So if I bring that round, so again paying attention to whether that it's a lowercase letter, and I want that to, this second wire to sit really neatly on that bottom part, so that I haven't got essentially two wires. So I'm just doing it round, and again, so you can see it's, although I'm referencing it against that, it's changed already. So
is it the 0.8 you're using again?
Yes, I am using the 0.8.
Wonderful.
But you could use your you know, your 1 mil, but obviously it wouldn't be, as you'd have to put a little bit more effort into
the curving of
it.
So you have got a 1 mil on the screen, as well as a 0.8, as well as a 0.6 in silver, and it's down to just £7.95 from £13.80. So grab it when you can. 10 metres of each, giving a total of 30 metres.
So here we go. So I've done my L and I've done my O. And I am going to do some other words later. I sometimes think I always do love, don't I? It's just a quick demo.
But everybody knows what it means in every language.
Yeah.
Love is.
So with this, I'm coming off here, and you can see that wire is coming off there. So now what I want to do, I want to bring this one. So I'm going to hold it like that. So I'm going to get a really nice angle on for that first part of the V and push down. So you can see my wire now is pointing in the direction that I want it to go in. Now I can either then come off, so I could either pinch here and come up like that, or I can hold it here, I just get the right angle for that first part of the V, and bring it over the top, which might give me a nice curve like that. So you can see what I did there. So I just brought it over, and it gives you that little bit. So again, and I'm going to pay attention to that top part of that section. Pinch there. So I'm going to use my ruined nail, or you could use your pliers. So you can see I've got that far. So we'll have a look. So reference, and it's nowhere near, is it? But we're quite happy because we've like.
But it matches what you're doing.
Yeah. And then so I know, looking at from where the rest of that last letter is, I need my wire to go in a nice circle that way to create my E. So again, as always, just give it a little stroke, little tease, so that it's going to go in the way that I want it to. Bring that round. So I'm then going to do quite a sweeping movement with this. I'm going to just drop that, because if I brought that over now, the top part of my E would sort of come here.
Higher, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. So I'm going to take that and just drop it down slightly. If I show you like that, so I'm going to drop that down, so it's coming down here, and then at about. I mean, it's going to depend. Yeah. So sort of like maybe about the middle point of there. I'm just going to give it a little kick out, so it's coming off at a slight angle there. And if I just bring that round. And again, you can use your pliers if you're happier to do that. But because I want that nice, gentle curve for that E, so I'm just bringing it down. And again, being mindful that this width here has to be the same sort of as this O and this V. I don't want a really big E at the end. So bringing that round, bringing it down. You can give it a little squidge. and getting that nice curve like that, so you can see there.
Oh wow.
So then what I might do, it depends what I was going to use that for. So if I was going to use that, say, on a card or something like that, you can just leave it like that, and you could just do a little curve there. You know, you could do another a little loop there to finish off as you got on that side. Or if you might think, well, I know I can hang I've got a really lovely loop there at the top point, so I need to create something at this point. So you can either just maybe bring this section up, and I know that I want it to be at a similar height as that point there. So I might just do, let me have a little think. I could do myself a little heart, so I'm just bending it round. If I just do, and then so I've done one little loop, then a really small loop. I'm just going to pinch that little loop together. That's going to be the centre of my heart, and then I want another larger loop. Show you.
Oh, you made a heart.
So you could obviously spend a little bit longer than that, and then just give that just a twist around.
You just
Pinch
put a
it
heart
in.
on the end.
But that then, I've got my 2 anchor points at the top. So if I just move that out of the way, you can see I've got that there. So if I hold it up like that, you can see you've got, so if you were going to hang it from a necklace,
wonderful.
you've got your 2 anchor points at the same.
We have got for you more wire writing in the next demonstration. That I absolutely love. The wings, another world. Ethereal, otherworldly, they're just perfect. Claire, we've loved this design inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
For the next design inspiration, for anyone who's just tuned in, what are you particularly looking forward to about that one?
It's quite sentimental. Gold pendants
And hidden writing.
messages, yeah. Butterflies and flowers.
You're gonna love it. We'll be bringing that for you for your second design inspiration. We've got lots of chains coming up. If you love the silver one we started the show with, you're definitely going to love the rose gold and yellow gold. If you missed them, well, then you're just going to have to tune in to see what you missed. And we've got hammers coming up. We might show you how to texture your and work hard in your work as well. So Claire and I will see you in just a wee sec. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much.
Download the Jewellery Maker app today. You can watch our Jewellery Maker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimize the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the Jewellery Maker app today and boost your viewing experience.
Larimar is the bluish variety of pectolite and is only found in the Dominican Republic. It's quite a recent discovery, being rediscovered by Miguel Mendez in the 1970s. He in fact named this stone for his daughter Larissa and ended the word with the Spanish for sea, mar, giving us the word Larimar.
Jewellery Maker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from beginners right through to advanced. Each workshop is run by our approachable tutors who are all friendly, knowledgeable and are specialists in their field of expertise. Our popular courses are tailor-made to suit your needs and to help you get started with a new hobby or to advance your skills onto the next level. We keep the class sizes small to ensure you get plenty of one-to-one attention, so book early to avoid disappointment. For more information, contact our call centre or visit our website. Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from Jewellery Maker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the Jewellery Maker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on Jewellery Maker. Simply search Jewellery Maker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at Jewellery Maker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on Jewellery Maker.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Hello! If you've just tuned in, I'm Ali. It's really good to see you. We've got lots coming up. If you missed Claire's wire writing, where have you been? Oh my word. Don't worry about it. You can watch back later on YouTube, but right now, get involved. Some very, very special treats. Oh goodness gracious me, you're going to love them. And we've got more wire writing coming up as well, so you've not missed out. Do not worry. You got my card leaves out. Thank you. These will be in the 4 o'clock hour. That's producer Scott looking after us today, or sales manager stroke head of executive or something, producer. Pick a title, anyone, and we'll give it to him for today. And these, I want to show you these as well. Carved rose quartz roses. How gorgeous. Yeah? Do you think they would go together, Claire? The carved rose quartz and the carved
Yeah,
leaves?
that's really beautiful, really feminine. Gorgeous.
Very much excited. So they're both coming up in today's show. Oh, oh! I've got loads I want to show you. I'm going to show you these. These are amazing. Bruce, director Bruce from the night shift, is currently, hi Bruce, currently distracting Scott, which is awesome. I'm going to keep showing you these. He's doing it for the greater good. Oh no, it's fine by me. It's allowing me to show things, Bruce. Keep talking. Yeah, we got Larimar, as well as, can I show, oh yeah, we'll do. Can I show you? They're not even out the bag yet, but you're going to want them. Right. Silver chain we had that started the show sold out. This is the same. I think, yeah it is. I was just going to check the size, but I'm pretty sure the size is the same as well. It is 2mm chain, 50 centimeters. Exact same as the silver, so I'll layer them up for you so you can see. Silver has sold out though, so please forgive me. What do you reckon? Together? And then in a moment, I'll be able to do the yellow gold. So you could do the sort of the original, well, it was the Russian wedding band that originally gave you the three-tone gold. But that I think would be quite lovely. Do you think, Claire?
Yeah, I love it when you mix the you mix your colours and metals up.
And if they're all sterling silver with yellow gold and rose gold plating, you can imagine that as a bracelet if you had the three. Wouldn't that be something pretty special?
That's lovely.
So it's not for all three. We're currently doing the rose gold. We've already brought the silver. That sold out with over 200 in stock. The rose gold, bear in mind it is solid gold plating. There's only £1 of difference between your sterling silver. There were only 100 of these as well, unfortunately, and for £1 of difference, to get yourself, now do you know how many I'm going to put you to the test since you've just done your GIA. Scott is now an accredited GIA professional. It's my producer. Oh, yeah.
Well done.
How many microns thickness does it need to be classed as plated? Did you do that in your test? It wasn't in the... Oh, well, there you go. 5.5. But who gave you that? Then Ben. 0.5 microns of thickness it has to be classed as plated as opposed to flash. And the better the better for me to have it plated than flashed is, if you think about it, if you just get a sort of a spray gun and you sort of flash some paint on it, if you're painting a wall and you just do a little spray, it's not going to be as thick on the wall, it's full of coverage, and it's not going to last as long as if you were to put quite a lot of layers on there to be a certain thickness, would it? Wouldn't last as long. So the thicker it is, and we tend to do, what was it, 0.8 or something we tend to do? We tend to do more than your minimum, which is 0.5 microns, but I wouldn't like to say exactly because different things vary and we buy from different people as well, but a guaranteed minimum of 0.5 microns of thickness to be classed as plated. Lots of multi-bids coming through as well. Another 5 from Louise and Devon. Thank you very, very much. We do have the gold coming as well. Could I put you on the spot here, producer Scott, and ask, could we possibly, maybe a little bit, match the price with the gold? Yeah? Oh, yay! I was a little bit nervous about that. I was thinking, Claire, should I really ask this? Am I going to get in trouble? Totally. Let's put the gold in. And the gold, I love mixing my metals. I know traditionally some people find it that you shouldn't, and it's bad luck if you mix your golds and your silvers and your platinums, but I love to mix it. I think it looks lovely. Ben's shaking his head. Do you agree?
Yeah, I like to mix it.
Love a good wee mix. I'm going to match the price point for you. $7.95. So to get, hold on a minute, that's 150 centimetres of chain, sterling silver base, some rose gold, some yellow gold and some silver. You're not even looking at £40. That's awesome, isn't it? So we had 100 of the gold as well. We had 200 in the silver, fortunately, but not as many. We only got 100 each of the gold and the rose gold. I'll take the rose gold away for now because we've done that one. If there's any left, just check on the website or on the phone lines. But you need to be uber quick. Pauline's in, Victoria's in, Multi-Bids in Essex, Kathleen's in, lovely to see you, Morag's in, Audrey's in, Christina's in. Goodness me, I can't even keep up with your names, they're going ever so fast. Raymond and Joanna are in, lovely to see you, Northumberland and Sussex and London, West Midlands, great to see you all. Out in Tennessee, Maxine, thank you for showing us an interest. Lovely, thank you for popping that in your basket. Whether you decide to go for it or not, of course, that's not me trying to rush you, it's just to thank you for even considering it, because of course if you think about it, we're very proud that we're able to offer it to you. If you even slightly like it, then that ticks a box for us. If you haven't set aside the budget to go for it today, then we understand that, it's not a problem. But if you budgeted for silver chain or gold plated chain, 50 centimetres, I imagine you probably set aside £15-20 maybe. Well, it's only $7.95, doesn't matter what you would have set aside. Move my wee water bottle, sorry. Wasn't trying to advertise, don't even know who that was. Well, I definitely wasn't advertising that because it wasn't Scottish. Just a wee joke. I like the spring one. The water, is that what you've got? I've got something still. Aquio. Don't think that's a brand, I don't know. But if it is, other brands are available, like Volvic. I don't really like Volvic water. Have you tried that Fiji one?
Yeah.
Is it nice? What's the difference?
It just feels like, ooh.
Makes you feel like you're in Fiji?
Yeah.
Tastes purer.
It's weird, because I didn't buy into it either.
I might have to give that a wee try. Lots of thumbs up to that. I usually stick my good old Highland Spring. It's usually the cheapest on the site, on the counter. Sorry. In my bundle. Oh, I was talking about this yesterday. I do love a good lemon pearl. Oh my gosh. This price is unreal. Unreal. Oh, hello there. To me, this is just perfect. I want to wrap them around and have them like this. What do you think? Those white pearls are whoppers, aren't they? Oh,
That's very summery, isn't it?
Makes me think of spring as well, though.
Yes,
With lambs
yeah.
jumping with little yellow bows.
Yeah, and buttercups and things like that, and daisies.
And daisies. Oh, I like these. A lot of love for these. These pearl duo for you, including both yellow and white pearls. The white pearls are 11 by 10 millimeter. They're classed as nuggets, but I'm sorry, when does a nugget ever look like that? They're really sizable. They're not perfectly round and they're not perfectly oval. So they're more of a sort of baroque pearl because they're flat on one side and shaped on the other. I personally would have called that more of a baroque, but I'll stick with what it says. No, I won't. I'll tell you what it says and then I'll stick with what I like. Ha! I'm joking. And then the same for your yellow pearls. These are side drilled pearls and these are 8 by 7 millimeter. Now, original price. Sorry? Is that? Whoa! Come on! Is that the original price? No, it can't be because £6.95 is the lowest we're allowed to go. Wow! Buy one and get one for £1. I say you buy one and you can get one for £1. One wee pound. You can't even buy a 99 ice cream for £1 anymore. £3 in Stratford upon Avon for a 99, and that's without raspberry sauce or a flake.
They charge you for the sauce.
They charge you 20p for the flake and 10p for sauce.
That's outrageous.
£3 and 30 pence it cost me if I want to get a 99. Claire, how are you feeling regarding the fact that you just got some pearls earlier? And these are only $7.95.
I'm feeling like a pearl mood. I'm just, yeah, but I'm marvelling because I didn't think Scott would be naughty, so.
Why would you know?
I don't know, I thought he'd be just really good, so I didn't think he'd do naughty prices like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna. He's wanting to have an awesome show, isn't he?
It's brilliant.
I'm not trying. I didn't say you were trying to show off, but since you said it, obviously Scott wants you to join him whenever he's producing. That's a given. Just as Claire and I both like you to join us whenever we're on. That's obviously that's a lovely thing to think and want. But if you can try and do it via controlling the price point that everybody wants, I think Scott has more of an advantage than we do. We can't choose price point, but he does. For £1 of difference. That's how it feels to me, because the lowest price I'm allowed to take a strand of any genuine gems on Genuine Gemstone Company on Jewellery Maker to warrant the live airtime in itself. Not allowed to go under £6.95 for any opportunity other than a tool or a DVD that's a set price. So they used to get both of them for a price where I would generally be happy for one strand of pearls. The reason these pearls aren't as high, and I say higher in price because the pearls you got, Claire, were $29.95, but there's a massive difference. These, yes, they're larger, but they're not perfectly round. They're not as smooth as the ones Claire had in their surface. There is the odd pitting in them. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's totally natural, the pitting, but if you can get it without, it's going to cost a different price point. And I don't think £30 is much different in price point in the grand scheme of things than spending £10. You are getting two, just depends what you want. So that's another reason why I love Jewellery Maker so much. Somebody sent me a message, a lovely message, forgive me, on Facebook, because I was working quite a lot and I wasn't feeling very well, and they said, Ali, you maybe got to think about your health. And I said, yeah, but I just love my job that much that I enjoy it too much. I want to come in, and things like this make me so happy, because everybody can be a jewellery maker. No matter what you've got to spend, you can still make pearl jewellery. Yeah, okay, it might not be perfectly round pearls of the highest calibre, but you can aspire to that. You can start off with pearls, and we make everything as affordable as possible, so anyone can buy pearls. I've been messaging Karen again in Norfolk. Hiya, oh, pretty pearls. I see daisy designs there. Great show. I agree with you. It's lovely, isn't it? Daisy, cheeky wee daisy?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And you know how you've got them there? You could do really, really pretty I'd just be really happy, like, you know, a cuff, couldn't you? Like a pearl cuff. All you need to do is get some wire, you know, make your own separator, just some loops. So like a line would say 4 loops, and then, you know, you've got that. I mean, that's beautiful summer jewellery, isn't it?
In fact, saying that, yesterday in the design inspiration we had the 4-loop connectors and 3-loop connectors.
Yeah.
So is that something you could use?
Absolutely, yeah. Because they sit really nicely, don't they, like that?
They do. And the colour is lovely, and it's a good idea if you've never tried sort of lemon pearls before, because you might be thinking, oh, are they quite lemony? How? I think they're a great pop of colour. But at that price point, for me, it's a trial price. Try out Genuine Gemstone Company, see what we're about, try out our quality, our products, try out, you still get an authenticity certificate. I know it's only $7.95, but you still get an authenticity certificate. We're still giving it a certificate, even though it's nowhere near the price points of some of the other pieces. Oh, I love these. These would actually go really well with those. And also, if you want to get you something for your stash that's a staple strand, something that's an absolute must for everybody, and it'll go with everything. You can use it for so many different occasions. This strand is definitely for you. The fasting, in fact, you know, it's funny, I saw pearls just as I was picking this up, and sapphires, and thinking to myself that would all go beautifully together. Did I mention I have 10 Tanzanite strands coming up later? I'm going to put it on my wee blackboard. Is that allowed? Get my blackboard out. I feel like a teacher. Remember at school when they used to get the blackboard out? I love that. Now they've got a whiteboard. Funny how things change, isn't it? We have projectors from the computer onto the big whiteboard. Oh, wow. Now, as you can see, there's a big white line down the middle. But if I move them aside, you'll see that that's a big white cord. That's just a temporary strand, temporary cord holding them in place. If you cut that, you would know that there's no white line through the middle of it. So you can decide to use beading thread, which I don't imagine you'd really see, depending on the colour. Clear elastic, monofilament might even fit through there as well. It's quite a sizable drill hole. But what I'm also thinking is, if you do wish the wire to be seen, think of all the lovely coloured wires we've had and we've got. You might want to allow that to bounce through the gemstone. Might be nice if you're working with amethyst or rose quartz to have some purple through there or pink through there, or vice versa. If you're working with greens, to have some chartreuse wire popping through and a little. I'm just looking at these and thinking, wow, these are gorgeous. Maybe you put them together. I'm a little bit obsessed with these cabochons. I don't even know how many we've got, but we do them next. Oh, you've almost made my day here. I love that. That's made me really happy. Also making me quite happy right now are these two together. What do you think of this? Labradorite, clear quartz and pearl. 4 o'clock in the same hour we'll be bringing you those wonderful carved leaves from the amethyst variety. Oh yeah. So loads of quality in these with the faceting. Are they? I thought they were going to be at least 12. $9.95.
I think I've got a strand, but I don't know if it's the same or different size, and they are brilliant. Like you say, they're really. It's just a hard-working gem, isn't it? So whatever you put it with, it acts like a spotlight really to whatever it's next to. I think the ones I've used so far have been with silver, and they pop so much because you've got the wonderful shine and the brightness of the silver, and then you've got those next to them. But yeah, I can't wait. You know, with all the lovely different colour beading wires that we do. Yeah. I mean, they're wonderful. It's a great strand.
A lot of love coming through for this. Also thinking about the strands that Becky had on today this morning. She had some very vibrant agate strands that were on, rounds and agate. I think this might be quite nice with sort of vibrant colour. What would be lovely, I think, maybe just a stretchy bracelet with just one of these in the middle to change the colour stone. Say you had a black agate or a black onyx stretchy bracelet and just one of those in the middle, or again a pearl bracelet with one of them in the middle. I think they would be quite nice featured stones as well, with the faceting on there. No, there's nothing happening to the price. I don't believe it. Well, I did call it a staple strand, so my producer's trying to do everything he can to make it as affordable as a staple strand as possible. That I think is far too low, especially with the quantity and quality that you've got here. quantity of stones, the quality of the faceting, 10 mil, the same mil as the Labradorite is coming up later. There's plenty going on in these, and then to match them, I mean, even something as a totally complete opposite, sort of nugget form. With these, I think these could be that little treat, an added sparkle to something. Doesn't necessarily have to be a stone of the same size with transparency or faceted of the same. Might actually look lovely. I've just found these, by the way. I don't know where these came from. They are delicious. Look at those.
See, they work with everything, don't they? Whatever you put them with, they work so well.
I'm really excited about those. Really, really excited. Plenty coming your way. Oh, but right now, I'm going to show me on to my cabochons. I'm a little bit obsessed with those. Should we do it? Eek. They're such a gorgeous colour. This just makes me think of pure Caribbean breeze. Exotic treats. Just pure gorgeousness. What do you reckon? Thank you, Ben, for setting these out. These are lovely, aren't they? XUNV23 is the code you need. Amazonite from the Feldspar family. Do we love or do we love? You can already start to see some of the sort of swirling patterns through them. That's this lovely, totally natural inclusion, the same as your Feldspar family, same as your Labradorite and Moonstone, where it's got inclusions within it that allow these optical phenomenons to be present. Should I put them down and then just have a look at the odd one? Wow. You're getting a multitude of shapes. You're getting a 730. You need to be quick on these. These are really popular. 0800 644 655 is a free phone number from a UK landline to call us on, or JewelleryMaker.com. But looking at these, I've only got 32 left. Oh no. Is that all? Oh, many of our cabochon bundles have been up so near your £29 mark. So for £17.95, knowing how much we love Amazonite, knowing how popular it is, I'm just going to hold one up. In fact, this one is one of my favourites. I can't guarantee what shape you'll get, but if I move my hair out the way, I love this one. It's almost like a sort of elongated fan. I think that's a beautiful shape. Maybe in the middle of an arm cuff or an arm piece. What do you reckon? With Hertfordshire, Kent, County Durham, Perth and Kinross, Devon, Kent, Conway, West Midlands, Merseyside, Hertfordshire, lots of you coming through, joining Suzanne and Liz, Susan, Helen, new callers. I'm over the moon. I think the price point you've got is tremendous. I think the rarity, I don't honestly believe I've brought you an Amazonite cabochon bundle ever. Have we had one before? It's the first one my producer's offered and the first one he's seen. Have you seen many Amazonite cabochons?
I don't think I have, because it's a gorgeous, it's a really summery colour, isn't it? So I think I would have noticed. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the standout ones. Ben, on cameras, do you reckon you've seen any?
I don't think so.
I don't think
maybe if I have, it's like there's been like sort of two of it.
You have, it's maybe only been maybe a selection of with a carnelian and an onyx, maybe one other, maybe a selection of three as opposed to a whole quantity of just one. I don't even know if I've seen that, but if you've maybe seen that, you might have had one and got a wee taste for it and think, actually, quite suit myself to get a whole collection. So as I said, we had about 30. Yorkshire, New Callers, Hertfordshire, Merseyside, Kent, County Durham. You might want to get it. I'm down to that last 15, computers just catching up, and that's quite a few of you on the web there as well who haven't yet come through. Do decide on it when you're ready. Don't let me rush you. I'm not trying to rush you, I'm just trying to help. Especially when something's very popular and it tends to go quite quickly. I'm here to not only be your sort of friend and as your presenter, but, well, I guess technically as an accredited jewellery professional, to give you sort of help if there's something you want to know about something. If there's anything I haven't spoken about with these and you're thinking, oh, I really like them, but if I knew that about it, I would definitely go for it. Do just drop me a wee message on 0800 644 655. Contact centre can get in touch with us, or on the web on JewelleryMaker.com. Sorry? We're down to single figures. Oh, one of my dearest friends has just come in the building. She's a lovely girl called Lindsay who's just started an sister channel, and I've not seen her for months. Oh, she's just given you all a big wave. She presents on her sister channel, Rocks TV, the American channel. Right, just going to grab some. You told me what it was. Rose quartz, my card flowers. I'll leave you a few, but there's not very many there. Forgive me. I do apologise. Like I've got a wee frog in my throat. But I don't know where it came from. I don't just enjoy it. I love this strand. What made you think I would love it? I am one of the biggest fan of rose quartz in the world. It's quite funny. I was talking to one of our producers on his sister channel, Dan, who was my first ever producer at this company. And he was laughing. He said, "Are you still loving rose quartz 9 years on?" I'm like, yeah, it just keeps getting better. It's getting stronger in its pinks. It's getting deeper in its tone. It's getting juicier and it's glowing like you want a kunzite to glow. It's giving you everything. I'm loving rose quartz. And it goes with every skin tone. I'm adamant about that. I really genuinely think it goes with everyone's skin tone. What do you reckon? Wow. Anne Cass has made me a cuppa. This is like my ultimate day today. Getting wire writing, angel wings, butterflies, day with Claire, rose quartz, carved gems, cuppas from Cass. I'm getting Ben on cameras. I'm getting Ryan in the studio, in the gallery, and I'm getting Scott in the producing chair. What have I done to deserve it, Claire?
It's a good day, isn't it?
It is a wonderful day. And I got a hug from Linda when I came in as well. Like, it's just a beautiful day, and the sun is shining. Don't have a voice, but aside from that, that's fine. What more could I want? I can see, I can taste, I can smell. If I can't speak, I can always do some of Claire's wire writing. You know what I mean. I should write my words. Right, these I fell in love with. The other day, I don't know if you saw, we had a beautiful kit with butterflies and rose quartz, carved leaves, this sort of like 5-petal flowers, as well as calla lilies and rose quartz in a kit. Literally, if you blinked, you would have missed that kit. It sold out in about seconds. Wasn't it? I don't even think it was on screen for a minute. Flew out the door. These would be perfect with it, your carved roses. Or if you missed out on it, an alternative, and to put these beauties of the carved amethyst leaves. And would you mix the two together, Claire, or would you keep them separate?
You could do, couldn't you? I mean, you could have something that's quite gem heavy, or you could just have one of each, sort of with the, you know, because the way the drill hole is, you know how in this sort of style. So you've got the leaf.
Oh yeah.
The leaf at the bottom, and then the rose quartz there, because that's a really nice shape. So you could just have your leaf there, and then the round there. And that would hang really beautifully, wouldn't it? Or you could go completely gem heavy and do something, you know, a lot more statement.
Wow. And these rose quartz as a stretchy would be amazing. Can we, I have no idea what the price is. I imagine the time it takes to hand carve each and every single, oh come on, really? They're not $12.95, but they're hand carved. Every single one is hand carved. They're natural, aren't they? They're natural. Natural, hand carved. Scott, would you like to tell, now you've been doing your GIE training, haven't you? So you know how long it takes, do you know how many years it takes to be a lapidurist? Did they not do this in the test, right? 3 years, technically, it takes you to train to be a lapidurist, and that's just to polish. That's not to facet, that's not to facet every stone, and that's not even to carve. Carving is the highest skill a lapidurist has got. You know when you carve figurines? Carving is the creme de la creme. So if you've got a carved piece of jewellery or carved piece of gemstone, natural gemstone, you're getting one of the highest level lapidarists performing that carving on your stone, because you have to be able to facet, and Scott, you'll know this now, different gemstones, even though they're the same gem, a ruby from well, Tanzania will be different to a ruby that you might get in Africa, or well, I know Tanzania's there, but you know what I mean. Different rubies will warrant, if you think of a Burmese ruby, the faceting there will be different to a ruby in Africa, because what you're getting is different quantities of minerals. Where it's formed, it'll still be a ruby, still the same crystal structure, but it might not have the exact same compound in the same quantities, so you've used different minerals to facet it. So just because it's the same gem doesn't mean you can facet it from anywhere in the world. You have to be that skilled. Then carving's another level. So you're thinking of the highest paid lapidarist, the carvers, carve it, all of these stones, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I might have missed a couple. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's about 38. 2, 4, 6, 10. No, 28. Forgive me. How many hours do you think it would take? If you did, could you do 1 an hour? Do you reckon? 1 an hour. That's 38 hours. 38 hours for one person to get a strand like this. I don't know if you could do it in an hour. You couldn't do it in 38 hours straight. Could you imagine the work that goes into this? We get far too blasé here because we can buy in bulk, and that allows us to reduce the price. If you were to buy that anywhere else, I would completely agree with the price being higher. Because buying those singly, and I know you don't need to worry about that, you don't need to think about it because that's not the way it is here. You can buy, we buy in bulk and you make the savings by buying them singly. But if you were just to go to a high street jeweller's and to buy a hand carved piece of jewellery, the price would be there covering the workmanship, the craftsmanship. We haven't covered that, I don't think, at £7.95 per person. 38 hours of work, it's not even 50p an hour. Is it?
If you sold your jewellery, I mean, surely just, you know, if you did a wrap loop on those and just had a simple pair of earrings, sure you would sell that for the price of the whole strand, wouldn't you? For one pair of earrings. Absolutely. I think when you see them all like that, you don't actually appreciate just how beautiful each stone is.
They're hand carved, they're feminine. Rose quartz is my gemstone that epitomises femininity. It's yours for £7.95. I can't believe it, but enjoy it, go for it. It's already time for your second design inspiration. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We've had some cabochons on today, me oh my, we have, and if you manage to treat yourself, you'll be over the moon. These, wait till you see them. Wait to see how many you get, and wait till you see what you get with it. And when you see, there's lots of seeing going on. When you see what Claire's made, oh my goodness gracious me. Should I give you the code now? 0800 644 655, that's the number to call me on. JewelleryMaker.com is a website to log in on. Because this is going to fly. And that's before you even see what Claire's done with it. Huge quantity in cabochons there. WOGC49, that is the code you need. And boy oh boy do you need it. If you're only going to ever join me on one design inspiration for your cabochons, this has to be the one. Has to be the one. It's not just cabochons you get, no. You actually get reels of wire. Now I thought earlier you got 4 reels of wire. You in fact get 5. 0.25mm for your engage, 0.4, 0.6mm, 0.8mm and 1mm gauge wire. You get it all. You got it all. Gonna layer it up for you so you can see all of them together. That's your 1mm gauge. Your, oh no. It says 1mm, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4 and 0.25mm. Now flying out the door already in so many baskets, that's without even a price. The price you see on the web will not be your finishing price, that's just the starting price of all of these added together. And these, oh my goodness, wait till you see. Wait until you diddly see these. Oh, I'm in love with them. 100% in love, wait till you see these. Already 20 allocated to baskets without even seeing this. This is olive green and emerald colour, 1 metre in each, 2 metres in total, knitted wire with silver beaded chain of 3mm. Your onyx, yes, 765 carats of your multi-cabochons. 55 metres of wire, because your 0.25mm gives you an extra 5 metres. 4 reels of wire, all the most popular gauges, as well as this brilliant silver ball chain encapsulated inside your green colour, emerald green, and your olive green coloured knitted wire. Wow. Gunmetal is in the middle of the olive. And the silver is what you've got in the emerald green. So 3mm ball chain in each. If I hold that over the top, you can see with over 25 already allocated. We're not even near your price point on the web. Size wise and shapes wise, that will vary in your cabochons. As you can see there's a selection. You've got some more oval shapes. You've got some lovely pear shapes. You're going to get, now this one down here is a cheeky one. This is a big wide pear. Look at that one. I love that one. So whether you're thinking of pendants, bracelets, cuffs, rings, there's a selection. That would be a lovely ring, that one, wouldn't it? So you've got everything here with your 2 reels of your olive green and your emerald green with the ball chain. You've got that coming in, 1 meter of each, 55 meters of your coloured wire, all gold colour, ranging in gauges from 0.25mm, which you get 15 meters of. All the other have 10 meters, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1mm. 38.60 is the should be price. Is it? Oh well, there you go. Cabochons you can be looking at £30 and £29.95 for just a
And with all the wire
selection
as
of
well,
cabochons. Oh, you serious? We have a huge quantity. This has never happened in my history of presenting the Design Inspiration Show that I've had a keepsake pendant quantity like this with a price point that is not going to where it was originally going. My producer has gone to take and you haven't even seen what Claire's made. Wow, this is how you give away kits.
I would never have thought that was the price for that kit.
But in all fairness, it wasn't. But we had how many? A couple of hundred, was it? Over 100, and we very rarely have that in a kit. And we appreciate the first kit sold out. It's a really, really busy day. You've been treating yourself here, there, and everywhere today. So we wanted to make it as affordable as possible for 5 reels of wire alone. I'm going to go join Claire, and I might take my warm cuppa as well. Thank you, Cass. Ooh, did you manage to get it? If you haven't already, I think you'll probably be picking up your phone, wouldn't you?
I can't believe that.
I can't believe it.
All the gauges of wire that you could possibly need. Cabochons, you've got a quantity there and different shapes. So, even if you're really great at with cabochons, or if you're not, I can't believe that. And that knitted, the knitted wire is wonderful. And
that's got ball chain inside it as well.
Yeah.
The green one, emerald green, you've got the ball and the silver colour, and in the olive tone you've got it in the black. Whee! Anna, he just sounds like you're on a swing. Excited little dance, jiggity jig jig, hey ho, how I find the, how can I can fill the basket, thank you. Well, I'm really pleased, and now, only now are you getting to see Claire's jewellery. So you're seeing that and thinking, for £19 I can create something like this. Isn't it gorgeous?
I can't believe that price.
I think it was, for Scott, our producer, pure shock factor. I don't think he genuinely thinks it should be that price. It's pure shock, and I just want to do a wee cheeky twist. Is it this one? No. It's this one. Can I be cheeky and show you something? Look at this. My flower. And then my favorite with the butterflies. Look at that. Our hidden message. You give me the sweetest taboo. Love or love it.
That butterfly moves as well. See the one on the front? It's like it's an articulated, not the one on the front of the cabochon. It's
I'm
in
just
two
moving the
parts.
chain
Yeah, so you
round.
can move the wings.
Oh,
So we'll do a little flutter.
I love it. I'm moving the pendant more. Flutterby. My friend's daughter calls butterflies flutterbys.
Aww.
Isn't that
They
cute?
are wonderful. Do like butterflies.
I like calling them parvenus. That's the Persian way or Farsi word for parvenu. My friend's son is well, he's English and Persian as well, and he likes to say, he was just one day he was going parvenu, parvenu, and I was thinking, what does that mean? Butterfly.
It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Parvenu.
Yeah,
It's
parvenu.
pretty, isn't it? Then he shouts babine at the end. I'm like, what does that mean? It means look. I'm like, oh, look at the butterflies. It's lovely. So I'm going to go home and I'm just going to take a picture of this and go, look, butterflies. I love it. I think it's beautiful. What made you want to make a butterfly?
Well, I think I don't think, there's not many pieces of jewellery that I do that are either patterns or everything. I do like motifs in my jewellery, as you know, people will know. And I just think butterflies are, well, they're beautiful, aren't they? Yes, they are, and they do stand for a lot. And then I was also thinking about, you know, little messages that you could put into, you know, because if it's a keepsake pendant, you know, you might want it to be personal. So, yeah, sort of you give me butterflies is quite a,
Oh,
yeah.
You give me butterflies.
Yeah.
That is so lovely. Dibs. I love this. This is just gorgeous.
Well, that's the, I mean, that knitted wire is fantastic. I mean, you know, never mind the wonderful wire that you get in it, never mind the cabochons, you know, that knitted wire is such a fantastic medium to, you know, you get some really, really good effects. So, I mean, you can see there, that central flower, that's just, you know, making loops, and then I've just used some of the earring findings, the head pins, decorative head pins, just to secure it in the middle. So it's a continuous strand, that is. It's not, so started at the top of the weave on the one side, and then done the little swirls in the middle, and then carried on that weave, so it's all one length. But you know, it just adds a different dimension. So, you know, it's exciting having a new medium to play with and see what different effects you get.
It's a brilliant, as you've said, brilliant chain, but you could just use it as you have, just as a chain.
Yes, yeah.
As a decorative, lovely, rich green, and the olive tone as well. The fact that the olive has more of a, this has got the silver ball chain in it, but the olive one has a black chain in it, and it gives you two totally different looks.
Yeah, I mean, you know how you had it sort of over your wrist. I mean, that it could be unisex, couldn't it? You know,
Yeah.
both genders could wear that.
Definitely. Well, have you just joined us? Well, go and grab it. Hold on, I'll be quick. Because it's unlike anything I've really seen before.
And it's so fluid. It's got a, you know, wonderful fluidity to it when you're wearing it. You know.
It almost feels, not that I hang out or frequent with snakes often, but it feels like sort of that sort of snake movement,
Yes,
like that
yeah,
fluidity.
yeah.
Like, feel like it could be a little snake. Well, when I was in the sea in Thailand, there was a snake in the water, and it freaked me out a little bit. And then a man came up and asked to put a snake on me, and then I was like, no, thank you. And then he was trying to get me to give him money because he'd brought his pet snake to put on me. But then, do you know what he did? He tried to get a couple of people to take a picture, and nobody was really interested. So he put the snake, lifted up the lid of his scooter seat, put the snake under his scooter, closed it, and then went off in his wee scooter.
Poor snake.
And then I'm quite sure he went to then go around to another touristy part to get people to have a picture of the snake. Oh no, thank you.
Oh.
Ah. Oh, thanks. Don't have anything against snakes, but I think they should not be wrapped around my neck.
Oh no.
There's no requirement for that, is there really?
So this is nice snake though, not that sort of snake. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I do like snakes. I don't have anything against them. I like them, but I like the movement, and I like the fluidity of them. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking about snakes. But it's the colour though, isn't it? It's like the tail, like a rattlesnake with all the wee beads in it. Look, I'm sure you can make a rattlesnake with that. Couldn't you? Claire, let me get back to it. They're like, stop talking about snakes. Are you scared of snakes? No. You're scared of clowns?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. You said that. You knew that.
Ryan told me that.
Yeah, I am.
Sorry.
It's alright, there's not a clown here, is there?
There's
Well,
no clowns.
Okay, good.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm not. Well, actually, that's true. I cried when a clown gave me a flower once. Anyway, apparently it was like the Moscow State Circus. My mum was really proud that the man came out and chose me out of the crowd as a little girl and tried to give me a flower to go downstairs and give to a clown. But I think it was because everybody was looking at me. I was only like 5 or 6 or something. I got nervous and I just cried and I didn't want to do it. And then they went and gave it to another child. My mum was like, "Oh, you could have been with it," and I was like, "No, too scared."
it was the horrible film, isn't there? That's about clowns,
don't
isn't it?
know.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what you're going to show us and we'll stop talking about clowns.
So
Speaking of Scott out.
we're going to do a little bit of, depending on how much time we get. So I'm not going to go too much into setting the cabochon. I'll show you how I've done it. Because you can look
have
that
other
up.
ways, and there's plenty of tutorials as well.
Yeah,
if you want
that's
to have a
it.
look at that
But sort of working, so how you can encase your cabochon using the wire writing and the butterfly motif.
Yay.
So if we start,
So
I'm going to do the working. It's the same sort of principle for both of the pendants. The
And we
butterfly
saw how
and
to
the
write
flower.
love earlier, didn't we?
Yes, yeah. So
Which is
that would
perfect, so you
be
can maybe incorporate that into the ring.
yeah.
Can I bring this one over then? Is this the one we're doing?
Yes,
today?
yeah.
I love it. Did I tell you I love it?
Oh, thank you. Right. So if we start off, and obviously you can depending on what shape you
choose.
Yeah. I mean I've used like the teardrop shape on the one, and then the oval on the other, and you get really different effects. So starting off with this one, if I show you, I've used different gauges of wire on the 2 different pendants. So this one here, I've used the 0.25 to sort of cage it around and wrap here.
Which you do get with the kit, so do check it out because I've got 10 left and lots in baskets. More than 10 in baskets.
So if I just start with, so what I would do in this point, if I just pop that out, so I'd picked which size and shape cabochon I would want. So just very quickly to give you an idea of how it would start off. So give yourself more than enough, I'd say probably for something like that, maybe getting on for 30 centimetres of your 1 mil wire. And I'm just going to take 2 sections, 2 lengths of that, and again, as always, pinching or with your nylon pliers just to get rid of any of those kinks, because you don't.
Your wire straightening tool, if you ever managed to get one of those, they sold out instantly. Like 3 times we had them. Can I just say, Cass, this is a beautiful cup of tea. Thank you so much. Oh, literally, just took me away to another world there. Just put a big smile on my face. There already was a smile on my face, but an extra big one.
So I've got, and again, a good section, whatever you're happy, however, if you can work sort of ideally with maybe getting on probably for about 1 metre of your 0.4, but I'm not going to do the full section, so I'm just going to cut off a shorter bit, but because you can't really add bits into this. So how you would start off, and again, I'm going to go through this bit quite quickly so that we can get onto the wire writing and the doing the little butterflies.
You can always check out on Facebook, more importantly our YouTube page, just Jewellery Maker UK on YouTube, and you can type in cabochon wrapping or cabochon setting, and there's lots of different designers and lots of different ways of doing it, so you can watch that, but it means we can see the full design, which would be lovely.
Yeah, and just sort of, if I just start you off, because what I want to do is I wanted to have most of the wire work along the sides so that you've got the two faces, so the back and the front, so that gives you a really nice big surface area to either for your little motif or for your writing on the back. So this sort of setting, you might want to use a little bit of glue as well, just to anchor it so that you know that you've got security. Although it is caged in it, maybe have a little bit of glue as well. So if you start off,
Ryan is just, not Ryan, is that Ben?
Ben.
Ben's just swapped from cameras into the gallery and he went, oh, I get it. It says you give me butterflies.
yay!
You're so busy concentrating on cameras, getting the different shots. It's only just gone into direct now. The penny has dropped. Talking of penny dropping, we've got, do you know, right, earlier we had some wire writing, or just some extra wire that was in silver that was £13.80 that went to £9.95, and then Scott again dropped it to £7.95. It's just taken us straight to £7.95. 1 mil, 0.6 and 0.4 mil gauge for you. So you could do some of this. The previous kit has sold out, I believe, so at least it gives you some wire to work with. Maybe you got the Amazonite cabochons or other cabochons at home, but at least it gives you a chance just to get the wire. Can you chop up in wire? Is that a good idea if you've got this kit, or have you got more than enough in the kit to not
well,
need to
it
worry
depends
too
because
soon?
you've got a lot of cabochons, haven't you? So you know, you could
true.
go wire wrapping crazy.
All right, grab them then. Add to your order, especially when the kit was so low in price. And when it's gold, it's not as if it's a colour that's not popular, is it? It's not as if it's a
No, you're always
don't
going to
know,
use it, aren't you? And the same
random
with the
electric
silver.
orange or something that you might only use for specific.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gold. It's our most popular colour. I think you'd only do a clearance price on something that we were trying to clear, wouldn't you, Scott? It's all right. Don't have to apologise. We'll take it and enjoy it. Loving it. Sorry, Claire.
That's all right. So when you're starting off, so you would use your 1 mil for your cabochon setting. But just so I can show you, so you get your two pieces of your wire that we were saying was about 30 centimetres. And if you just look at the depth, because what you ideally want is you want to have, so that it's, if I show you, it's not very, that's a bit better, isn't it? So you want to start wrapping, if I hold it there like that, so you want it to sort of be about that point, so you know you've got a little bit, if I just show you there, it's going to be sort of holding it a little bit, but don't forget, probably not as much as, and when if you normally set a cabochon.
So a couple of millimetres.
Yeah, probably a little bit over, just so that it's quite snug, but just so that you're going to have this maximum surface area here.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you've got the security of the butterfly here. You can glue down the sides if you want to, and you would have the wire writing on the back. So if I just show you starting off, so I would have worked out what that space would be here. So if you take your 0.4 and anchor on, and you want sort of like not crisscross, it would be like V shapes really. Because then you're going to get a little bit of movement, so which is going to be good, because when you're twisting it round, well, it'll all become obvious in a minute. I'm not being very clear, am I, in these directions? So I've done 3.
You are. I'm just enjoying watching you wrap. I think it's lovely.
I've done 3. It's not good for your nails though. Look, I've got a nail injury.
Oh, it's all right.
So I've done 3 just simple wraps around that bottom one, and I'm holding on to that little tail here, so you can see that. So I'm firmly holding on to the 2 thicker gauges of wire, and I've done 3 wraps on that point. So then I'm going to come behind there and over that one, and you can see I'm coming at like a bit of an angle there, and I'm going to do my 3 wraps here. And so at this point I'm moving my thumb just up a little bit, just to over that first anchor point. So I'm going to bring that through there, and a couple of wraps around here. And I'll just do a few to show you how it builds up. So again, I've got 3 wraps on that side. So push them together either with your nail or your pliers, and you can see this wire is already trying to force itself together. So you can either do sort of like a little loop and keep that sort of at the width that you want, or maybe masking tape. It's entirely up to you. So keep that there, and you can see that wire is then again coming off at an angle, so you can see it's almost like a V shape. So that's going to allow me, when I want to bend it round, it's going to have a little bit of give rather than a straight weave. So again, I'm coming off at that angle, pinch there. So all the time, and when you start off, you know, it'd be really, really mindful that your wires are really going to want to pinch together, and it's probably going to get narrower and narrower. So if we just start off again, we want 3 here. push those together, and I want that little V shape, so open those out, and I'm going to do the same on that top one. So it's creating almost like an angled ladder, really, I suppose. So you work your way up, so 3 on each side, and creating that angle like that. So you're starting to get that sort of effect. Obviously you'd spend a little bit longer and it'd be much, much neater. But you can see, so it's that,
yeah, we've
like
got the
angle.
rhythm, and we've got the pattern that we need to create, and then you just do that all the way around.
Yeah. So,
all around.
And obviously you would go to the length that, if you want to, you can do it by eye, or if you want to sort of measure, you know, the outside of the gem that you're working with, and obviously you would need to do the same, that distance.
All the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got it, you got it.
So you would end up with obviously a straight line. So that's what you would end up with going across, all the way across. So you can see those angles there, the 3 wraps, all to the length that I need to go around that cabochon. So if I just pop that in, squidge that in, and all the time you'd like, so once you've bent it round, you know, you can keep squidging, because you've got these four wires here. So all the time,
just keep back referencing it to the shape that you want.
Yeah. And so again, this is the point where if you wanted to, you know, little dabs of glue, as long as you're really, really careful. You know, if you've got the is it the hypo cement one, the really fine nozzle, which would be perfect for that. So, you know, don't be afraid of using a little bit of glue, because that's not going to be, you're not really going to be looking at that. It's not a feature part of the of your pendant. So I've pushed it in.
And it dries clear as well.
It does,
so
yeah. And with that little nozzle, you can get right underneath those.
Yeah, you can.
That 0.4 wire.
Yeah, you can. We had that past couple of days. We've had some E6000, but we've also had the fabric hypo cement and the normal hypo cement. So over the past few days, you've seen plenty of glues. A selection.
So you've got now. I'm not going to go into, but so. I keep saying that, don't I? I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Right. So those 2 at the back, you could use your as the start, the outer part of your bail, and this section here could be the centre one. So you can secure those as you would normally in a when you were doing a cabochon wrap, and so that bail part can be however detailed you want it to be. I mean, I've wrapped mine with the 0.25, so it's quite, that bit's quite detailed. So if I just move that there. But if we concentrate on this wire at the front, so when we've wrapped it and secured it, and I've kept all the tails on, so that tail that I did with the wrapping I've kept on, I haven't cut anything off yet. So this part here is going to form our butterfly.
Yay!
So if we have a look here, I want to think about the aesthetics really of the front. I don't really want, I think I need to think about the practicalities, that I want a bit of security, so that front is not going to be popping out that way. But also, I still want to see some of the gem behind it. Yeah. And it needs to have a good balance really, and sit nicely on the front. So I'm just going to follow that curve going down.
And that's the 1 mil wire, is it?
It is, yeah.
1 mil.
Yeah. So you can see this part here is going to form one of my antennae on the butterfly. So if I just bring that, and I'm just bringing it round. There we go. So I've got that nice curve there. I know that that's going to be quite a nice antennae there. And I've still got a little bit to play with, but the more I've got, that wire there is preventing that stone from popping out sort of that way. It's not going to fall out that way because I've got this security here. So, and this is entirely up to you. There are 2 different ways of doing this. So if you feel comfortable, you can use this wire. Otherwise, you could create your butterfly separately and then just weave it in, and you've still got that security. So it's entirely up to you which way you do it. So if we have a look here, we're going to make this little butterfly. Now on the one on the front is this is the one that articulates. So I made that in 2 separate parts. The ones here are all from one piece of wire. So I'll go through how to make both sorts. So this one, if you can imagine ignored that little bit. So we're going to make, which is just like a heart really, isn't it? So if you follow this, it's a good way of making hearts as well. So if we start off here, we're going to come round, and although I've wrapped it, this is the 1 mil underneath here. So our first bit, we want to create that little loop there. So if we start, I might just pop that out, I think. Just pop that there. So I'm going to bring, so I've got my antennae, so I don't want to go too far up that section there, because I need to remember that I've got my antennae bit here. So I'm going to, with my round nose pliers, I'm just going to bring it round there. So I've got my antennae here, and this part almost would be part of the body. So I'm going to put at the fattest part of my chain nose pliers there, I'm going to bring it all the way, wrap it all the way around those pliers. So if you can see, so that's the first bit. So if I hold it like that, I've wrapped it all the way around. Okay. And then I want to get my chain nose pliers, and I just want to...
Oh, sorry, yeah, that was the round nose pliers.
I want to straighten that section off a little bit so that I've got a nice straight edge. So you can see going there. So that's going to be the first curve of the top wing is there, and then this straight section here. So, I'm going to...
I don't know what that was. Someone open the door and throw a grenade in and then run away. Sounded like it. Ryan's going to investigate. Oh no, we've lost Ryan, quick. Have another glug of this tea first, because it's quite good, and then I'll go save him.
I'm a bit more enthusiastic about saving this.
I'm coming to save him. I'm coming, Ryan.
Oh, he's gone.
Was it someone trying to break in from rocks?
I didn't see anything.
Didn't see anything. Oh,
that's funny, wasn't it? I wonder what it was.
Funny bang.
So,
don't think it was a ghost. I think he only comes out at night time.
So the point I'm at here, so we've done that first wing, and I've got to stop saying I can hear myself saying it. I'm then going to push this wire. If I move my big thumb out of the way, I'm going to push this back on itself. So you can see there. So again, if I hold it, you can see that was the first loop I made. So I've pushed then, going back at a straight line, going up that way. So again, now with my round nose pliers, again at the fattest part, and this is up to you because this wire is nice and thick, so you can move it that way if you wanted to. So you can see there, I've moved it right off at a different angle, which is probably going to be a lot easier. So get that nice chain nose pliers to get that nice straight edge. And again, on the fattest part of my chain nose pliers, bring it all the way around again. I'll just get that all the way round.
Just to let you know, the wire writing essentials part 2 is selling out very quickly, so do try and grab it when you can. And then I'll also be bringing you a brand new bezel. We'll do that in a minute.
So you can see there, you've got your first heart, your heart. You can see there.
Yours looks gorgeous.
So there's a little heart there, but that's your one side of your butterfly. So what you would do then is snip off there.
Look what happened. It's my attempt.
That's a good start.
It was, and then I had to get my bezel, and then I missed it.
You're multitasking though, you've got other things to do, haven't you?
Not really, just listening. But I'll take that, Claire, thank you. Yeah, I've got loads to do. I'm really important.
So you've got there's your first half of so you can see it a little bit better there. So there's your first the one set of wings. So I wonder if I don't think that's going to be enough. So to do the other side,
you want that?
Oh, it's all right,
Is it
thank
not
you.
long
You can,
enough?
you can have that one and
Muddle along.
play with that one.
Should we get the bezel on now? The mandrel bezel. This one, yeah, it's a triangle one.
Ooh.
We did it the other day. Has it been on once before? Oh, March. That's a while.
Oh, I think, did Alan use something very similar, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
that
got
was
told
wonderful.
off because I was
Oh.
doing it wrong. What were you supposed to do? Put the wire around the bezel or move the bezel? Can't remember. Because the way I did it, there's a wee anchor hole at the top. Somebody very kindly texted in to say I can anchor my wire in there. But I can't remember whether I was supposed to move the wire. I wasn't
That
doing
looks
it right.
okay. Couldn't you
'cause
just pinch it and then press in?
Mine looked quite round when I did it, and it was meant to be a pizza slice. Not an actual pizza slice. I can't do it. I'm not very good at this. Okay, this is true. This is why I'm not the guest designer. Thank you for that, Scott. It's very kind of you for pointing that out.
See, that'd be okay. And then just you could give it a little pinch round, couldn't you, or hammer it round?
Just gonna give it a wee squash. Oh, if only I had a hammer. Scott's gonna bring us some hammers. I don't know what I'm doing, Claire. I'm trying to make the triangle shape so
that's
you can
it.
see. Right, this is a really bad example of what you could make with this. You can make it a sharper triangle because it's very sharp. Very angular, yes, that's a good word, Ben. So I used it on the fattest part, which is clearly down here. But yeah. Claire, have you ever had the chance to use it? We only had it once in March.
No, I haven't. But you get really, really lovely effects. Like, you know, sorry, if you have a look at the back there, I mean, you could do beautiful effects of, but have, you know, yeah, which would be great, wouldn't it? That'd be lovely.
Which hammer should I use to bash it with, do you think? Since I have a selection of jewellery
You could maybe
hammers.
use one of those, couldn't you, with a big surface area? Give it a
wallop. Ooh! Quite like this.
See, that's giving me lovely angles, isn't it?
Feel like a little mouse. You know when you like chink away? Right, well I've only really... It's probably the worst. This is not jewellery making, by the way. You've just tuned in and think, what on earth is this woman up to? I'm meant to present the show and I'm supposed to be
Yeah, as long as
knowledgeable about
no
your
one thinks that I'm the
gemstones.
presenter. I don't want that.
You're doing a grand job. But this is an example maybe of the angles that you could create, possibly, a little bit.
See, that's great, isn't it? Can you imagine that? So over the bottom of a pair of earrings, that'd be wonderful.
Could you do a triangle within a triangle? Could you like sort of...
Yeah, you could do, couldn't you? If you
Make
bent
little
it round, yeah. Oh yes, you could make those and then each point of a star and just wire wrap them right. That'd be lovely.
Right, well this is a really bad one. No, you haven't seen what I've done. He's like, I don't think it's that bad. You haven't seen what I'm up to now. But, right, okay, well that's not really it. But you could twist them, like Claire said. Maybe I haven't done enough, but to make like a star.
See, they'd be lovely. They'd be really nice studs, wouldn't they? Stud earrings.
If you say so, Claire, I'm going to take this.
I'm impressed.
Press Claire, that was my aim for today. I remember there was, where was it? I was with my parents, the Algarve, and there was a gentleman making silver jewellery with it. I had all his wee tools out. I was thinking, oh, I know that tool. It's a sort of round nose plier, I know that is. And he was making triangles within triangles within triangles, and it was just a pair of earrings. It was just 3 triangles, but they were flying out the door because people were watching him make it in front of them. And it took him a few moments with his chink, 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 and turn it round, chink, 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 turn it round. There's your personal made earrings made on the spot.
Well, there's a lot of geometric shapes, aren't there? Sort of on-trend jewellery at the moment. So, and it's quite difficult because you can always find things, you know, normally at home to do like a round if you needed a round mandrel, but an angled one like that is brilliant.
Yeah. Most lipsticks and nail polishes aren't really this shape, are they?
No.
So this will be quite a cool letter opener. It's sharp. Not ridiculously sharp, but sharp. Do you reckon you could open a letter with that?
You could have a go, couldn't you?
If I had a hammer. Well, I'm going to solve your problem because I'm going to give you 5. One hammer. It's hammer time. I like that. I've got a number ball peen 1 ounce. I've also got that in a 2 ounce. I've got jeweler's hammer, a brass hammer, and a fat head hammer. That's really descriptive, isn't it? Fat head hammer. Could you imagine? Yeah, we'll just call that the fat head one. Can't think of a name, so we'll just call it that's. It's not even PH80. It's actual the word fat. I don't think that FAT shouldn't really be a word, isn't it? I know in America, is it America where they say things are quite cool? They'll be like, oh, that's totally fat. That's totally cool. But I think they spell it PH80.
I think they do, yeah.
Just on
I like the little movement though when you.
Yeah. Yo yo yo. Yeah. They say what, sorry? On Sesame Street did they say it? Are you winding me up? I liked Sesame Street. Gotta find how to get to Sesame Street. $14.95. I've only shown you 3. You also get the pack. Let me get these out. Oh, come on you. Oh, this is my favourite one.
You could get really good dints, couldn't you, if you, yeah.
And that,
that would be that sort of delicate part would be really good for your wire writing. You could get, you know, write in on your writing.
English language is funny, isn't it?
Yeah, when it's used properly, not with mine.
No, I'm just thinking of like there, and there. 3 different ways of writing, and if something's right or if you've written it. Or... Anyway. So this is your 1 ounce and your 2 ounce. I'm sure you're gathering that the 2 ounce is the one that's slightly bigger. Then I'm guessing with your fat head hammer is this one. Then I've got for you, they're quite well weighted as well. You've got this, which I'm seeing as your hammer. What was that? Hammerhead wasn't even an option. You just made that one up, Ben. This one I would go for you as your jeweler's hammer, because this is your brass hammer. I think that one's pretty obvious, isn't it? Back in stock. Last time this was on, I think it was with me, so forgive me. The only times 2 times you've seen it is both with me, so thank you very much for joining us. Claire, I'm going to let you carry on.
Okay.
I'm going to put my hammers down. I'll try not to cause too much
that one back.
hassle.
I would like
thank you.
That's me being very honest.
I know you didn't need to give that back, did you? There's quite a few shapes in this to collect as well, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be getting that one there. Pizza one I did the other day, it doesn't seem to be on there. Or maybe it was a teardrop. Looked more like a pizza slice though. There we go.
So we're going to make the other half of our butterfly. So we've got the one half that is attached to the whole set, the cabochon, the setting that we've done, the mount, and then we're going to make. So this would be for the if we wanted to have the articulated butterfly. So if we start, so we're going to have. I'm going to start with a little loop because I've just used some, you know, the spacers that you can have, but you could use like a decorative head pin or anything on there. So if I just pop the, so I've done my first little loop. So, and again, reference that because it's got to sit next to something. So always go back and reference where you're, where it's going to, yeah. So I know that I need to make my first bend. I want my antenna about here. So I'm just going to grip there with my pliers. I might actually change my pliers, I think, for a minute. So, and I want a really nice sharp angle on there. So that's where it is. That's where I'm guessing. And bring here. So, and just give it a little kick out like that. So I know that's where that's going to sit nicely, like that. So again, in the same way that I did before, have a little look, and I'm going to. I've kicked it out there, so I know that's the right sort of angle. And the other way you could do it is put it up against on that side, if that's how you want it to. Yeah. So I know I need to start making my curve at the fattest part again of my round nose pliers. So I'm going round the back all the way, and I take it all the way around. Let me have a look where I am. So I'm like that.
You do the bottom wing first.
Yeah. And then I want to come I'm getting confused now. Where am I?
There, you're there, and then to the right,
Yeah.
to the right, to the right.
That's it. You do that like that. That'll be a bit better. So if I come, bend here at that point, and I'm going to do the second part. So again, at the fattest point, so I've bent it up at an angle, and I'm going to do the fattest part about here. So you can see I've got that section there. So if I just move that, and you can see with this, I've made a mistake there, but what you can do is you can just bend that antennae, because I've done a mirror image of that side, so that's going to be that bit there, which obviously doesn't look particularly great like that. It looks like it's a little bit skew with the antennae. So you just bend it, kick it out at a bit of an angle like that, so you've got that nice bend, and that's going to be that side. And what you can see there, if I just snip that bit off.
And they don't really tend to be straight, do they? They
No,
tend
you
to
want
be.
you want a little bit of an angle, but with the what you want it to be is you want that section. It's probably easier if I put the stone back in so you can see. You want that antennae to, if you can,
Come
think
to the
about it as an
wire.
anchor point. So if I just show you on there, hold that down. So there is another point that you can anchor onto that edge there, and you know you've got that security. And so what you would do, you'd wrap all the way around, and you could use this wire if you wanted to, or I'd use the 0.25. It's entirely up to you. Obviously, when you're using the 0.4, you're going to get much quicker results, but not as delicate as the smaller gauge wire. So, and when you come to wrap all the way around, so at this point, then you would add, and you can just use a few wires in the middle, a little bit more loosely, not a tight wrap, so that you've got that little articulation there. So that's how you would do your
I love it.
your butterfly. So if you wanted to just create your standard butterfly, which is what you've got on these points here, so they are butterflies just as a whole, and that's what's wonderful about this the wire.
Ball chain.
Yeah, because you can I've just used the 0.25 and stitched into it, and it just stays, so you can embellish it. So if we just have a look, and I'll do a very, very quick.
My bit.
So this will be a solid butterfly, and you can see the difference. And these would look really nice on earrings, or you can. So it's a great design, so you can just use them in loads of different types of jewellery. So if we start off again, if I just give myself a flush edge. So again, at the fattest part of my round nose pliers, and I'm going to pinch it sort of, if you can see there, so it's sort of halfway through, and really it's gone in that point there, so about halfway through, fattest point, and bring round. So I've got that initial loop. So then I'm going to take my chain nose or these precision pliers, and I want to kick out. I'm going to go like that and do the next side. So I'm going to, again, about this point, so I've gone sort of about halfway from that point there, and I'm going to bend round all the way round in a continuous. So I've got my heart shape. So again, it's a really good design if you just wanted to have a heart. That could be, I put these on the bottom of earrings as well. So if you wanted to have it as the bottom of the earring, you would just pinch there and kick this tail all the way back up at a right angle. So you've got that one side. So spend a bit of time and try and get this wire to point and be going past that angle there. So you've got your little heart shape. So if we take this side, and we're going to, again, at the fattest point of the pliers, bring round. And make sure you give yourself enough. I probably haven't left myself enough room there. So if I just move like that, which you can see because it's still the curve, all the way around, give a little pinch so that I've got that nice flat edge. Pinch up to to right angle there. Again, my round nose pliers, sitting it in there at the fattest point, and I'm going to bring that round. Pliers back in and bring round so I've got that nice straight edge. So you can see I've got my butterfly wings there. So now I want to create the antennae. So I'm coming round the back, and just on those two you can see I've got, so essentially I've got 3 layers of wire there. I'll just show like that, you can see. So I'm going to, that bottom part, that bottom wire, I'm just going to pinch my chain nose pliers, just pinch there, and I want to always remembering as well those few millimeters that are going to be added when I make that curve, and I'm going to bring it up at a sharp angle like that. So again, and pinch here. So this is where I would decide, do I want to have just one piece of wire showing, or do I want to double it up? So if I want to have, I'll show you the difference actually, I'll do 2 antennae in the different ways. So in this one, if I wanted to have it doubled up, I would hold my wire like that, and I would bend that way and squidge together those wires there. So you can see I've got a doubling up effect there. So if I did the other side, the other way, so I'd pinch down here and bend up. So to do the other way, so that I just have one single length of wire, I would pinch at this side, so this way, and then bend that way, so that my one wire is sitting on top of the other, like that. And again, little gentle pinches, because I want those wires to sit one on top of the other. I don't really want it coming out the other way. So you can see there the difference of where you bend that wire and how you hold your pliers, the difference that will give you. So you've got a much, if I hold it like that, the one side you've got a much thicker antennae, and that one you've got much thinner because your wires are sat on top of each other, if that makes sense. So you've got your little butterfly all in one there. Have we?
No.
Nearly. We're like brother. It'll be okay, you just need to do some antennae.
Yep. We'll get there.
So
you definitely need the pliers you've got, I think, because the normal chain nose pliers don't make as sharp.
Yeah, I mean these are
fab.
They are wonderful. I mean, whenever we get the, they are brilliant, because it just allows you to really, do very, very detailed work to get, into really, really tight little spots. So they are very, very good.
We have got, Scott's just telling me we messaged regarding that. We have got them on order, so we will get them in as soon as you can. So if you're at home trying to do it like me and you're thinking, how come Claire's is so sharp? It's because she's using those nice skinny ones. Mine's still making like a bit of a right angle. But yes.
So if I show you on this side how I would attach to strengthen this point here. So I've got my two bits of my butterfly there. So I would look for anchor points. So if I just get some of the, I'll get to take some of the 0.4. And this is entirely
sorry to rush you. We've only got a couple
you only got a couple of minutes, right? Okay. I won't demonstrate that bit then, because that's quite. I'll explain that. So here, that part there, you would anchor to the frame that you'd built here. So you've got that security there. So if we just do a very quick, if I don't really want to do love again, because people will think that that's the only word that I can.
Can we do me?
Me, yes, yeah. We'll do me. We will do me. So,
because I'm sure you could work out I.
Yeah.
And Claire put all the large letters on Facebook a while ago. Maybe go back and find those for you again.
Okay, so I'll do me. So again, as we're starting, so we're going to start off with our little loop that we always do. So we know we've got an anchor point somewhere. Okay, and then I'm going to come, and I'm going to. So that's going to be the top of my M. So I'm just looking on here. So I probably, if I do it a little bit bigger than you would do for the writing. So I'm going to bend back on myself, and a little squidge, because again I don't really want that wire showing. So I want to do the arches almost of the M, so the curves there. So I'm going to do that with my fingers, and again I'm thinking about the next part of the letter, so I'm going to hold here and then I'm going to bend back on myself, and again pinch together, little movement so that I don't make the wires go on top of each other, and bend back round to make that second M of the M. Okay, so I've got that first letter. So then I would reference on here where I needed to, so I know I can anchor at 2 points on that. You can see there on the M.
The top and the bottom of the M.
Or if I move it up here, I could anchor on 3 points. So again, now I'm going to tease it round here. And do you remember when we did the E last time? So we're going to come up this way. So I'm holding here, and I'm going to push this up a little bit. So it's probably quite a tight angle there, and going off here. But what I want to do, so that I've got that nice curve of the E, is at about midway point, I'm going to kick it out slightly at an angle to make that sort of a little V. And then with my chain nose pliers, I'm just going to hold there and bring this wire around all the way around to create that nice curve of the E. Here we go, and then I know I've got another little anchor point there. So I've got the two, so I can, if I hold that up there, so you can see that, you know you've got your anchor point. So you've got your anchor point there and your anchor point there, and any of these points, when you put them on, I'll show you, you would decide, because obviously you would have spent much longer and referenced against the back there, and then you can anchor it on, but that gives you then the strength. So again, in the same way the butterfly does on the front, it's not going to pop out. And if you want to, if you've got those little hammers, you can work hard on the wire there, just obviously don't hammer on where it crosses over.
Claire, thank you so much. No, don't apologise, it was superb. I've got something for you.
Oh, thank you.
It looks more like a gone wrong Easter bunny, but I tried.
That's lovely.
We message from Jill. Hi Claire and Ali. Claire, you're my fave designer. Your designs are amazing. Absolutely awesome as always. Loving the show.
Thanks Jill, thank you, that's lovely.
Lovely. Rosemary in Somerset. Afternoon Ali and Claire. Loving the beautiful delicate designs you've created, Claire. Please could you tell me how to hammer without damaging wire?
Oh, well, it depends what you use. If you've got like one of the is it the whammer, the whacker?
The whammer.
Yeah. You could try that. What I tend to do is if I just show
excuse me.
I tend to sort of work on the corner of the block, and so I would, if I was doing this one, for example,
do you want a hammer?
I've got a little, So what you could do, I would hold it, and obviously you'd be very, very careful, and just really, really little, I'm just tapping it, really just tapping it very, very, very gently.
And as you said earlier, not to hammer where it cross over.
Yeah, so I wouldn't hammer on this part or here. So I hope that helps.
I'm sure it does. And that was for Rosemary. Thank you very much, Rosemary. And the final one for the moment, Tracy in Aberdeen, lovely to see you. JM Studio. Whoa, Claire, your jewellery is gorgeous. Just bought 4 kits. Can't wait to try the butterflies and the flower. This price is amazing.
Brilliant prices. And thanks, Tracy. Thank you.
We're going to have a really, really short break. Can I just thank you, Claire, so much?
You're welcome.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Claire and I will be back on the other side of a very short break with Tanzanite. Ooh. Only 10 of them, but they're very, very special. They won't be for everybody. They will be considered, but as I'm sure you can imagine with Tanzanite, just even to see it is going to be a luxury. So I've got 10 of those, plus the Labradorite's coming up, premiere of that, the carved leaves coming up, lots more. So we'll see you on the other side of a very short break.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
I'm a massive fan of macrame. I have been ever since I was introduced to the medium, nearly 2 years ago now. And what I love about it is the simplicity of it, but also the myriad of knots that are available. There are hundreds of different combinations. You actually start off with 5 knots, but it's just the way you use them, and the combination of knots, the type of gemstones that you use, and the cords that we've got in stock at the moment are just amazing. We've got hemp, which is a really good basis to start, and then we go up to satin. We've just had some amazing paracord introduced to the setup as well. And the gemstones, every single gemstone just lends itself so well to this discipline. As I said, it's very easy, it's very simple techniques, very easy to pick up, anyone can do it, and the world is your oyster, literally.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the genuine gemstone company.
We really appreciate your support here at Jewellery Maker, so we'd like to give you something back every time you refer a friend to us. Once your friend's order is delivered, you'll both be rewarded with a free £10 credit to each of your accounts. Simply log onto your account or ask our call centre team to find your Refer a Friend code, give it to your friend and have them type it into the refer box when they sign up online. Alternatively, give the code to our friendly call centre team and they'll do the rest. So come and bring your friends into the fabulous world of jewellery making. Jewellery Maker, share your passion.
It's been absolutely fantastic. It's the Resin Projects course and Fiona is a terrific teacher. She's fun, she's very knowledgeable and we've learned a lot of things. We're going home today with about 4 different projects and they're absolutely beautiful. I bought a lot of the resin several months ago when it was on television being demoed, but I've never actually used it because I always like to come to the workshops first before I do anything. And I'm now going to be confident enough to go home and use it.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find. Did you know that every individual gemstone in our Gems of Distinction collection goes through a 7-stage intricate process to get from the rough to a beautiful bead? Join our guest designer Mark Smith on his Makes for Men DVD. You'll experience many different techniques specifically designed for creating men's jewellery. This DVD will cover how to make a slip knot, railroad bracelet, metal with leather techniques, cufflinks, a wraparound bracelet and a ball chain bracelet. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Oh goodness me, what I've got for you today is amazing. I've still got a whole hour left. Can you imagine? After all the treats we've had, we've still got more. And oh goodness gracious me, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. If you just tuned in, I'm Ali DeFoy. I do apologise, I sound a bit like a frog. Well, no, I don't sound like a frog. I sound like I've got a frog in my throat, is that right? Either way, I do apologise. But if you like it, then I'll try and keep it for the day. This, my voice doesn't really go with Tanzanite, does it? I feel like I should be Morgan Freeman is the kind of voice you want to hear for this, isn't it? Really, yeah.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Well, I'll give it a go. The quality I'm about to offer you now is another world. This isn't your average Tanzanite. It's outstanding. Its colour, its depth of colour, its saturation. When you look at it at different angles, you get the pure trichroism, which is what you dream of in Tanzanite. Ticks every box. Then you're getting yourself not 1 or 2 or 10 carats, but 300. This, just one of these in a piece of jewellery for me personally is going to completely change the calibre of what you've got to offer. I hope you're ready. You may wish to share them with friends. It will be a connoisseur's piece. It is something for those of you who want to get the creme de la creme in your pieces. This, let me introduce you to it if the first time you've ever seen it. This is totally genuine Tanzanite, and oh my goodness gracious me, how we have 10 of these, I don't know. Already the first one has gone. There are 300, I feel like I should have a red carpet right now. 300 carats across this strand. It's way over 30 centimetres, it's more approximately 38, but what I'd rather do is count for you the Tanzanites that you will approximately get. I'm going to set it down very, very softly. Because when you see the quality and the luster in these, how well they've been polished, the high sheen that they all have, this creme de la creme quality. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I don't even know anyone with 10 Tanzanites.
That's a long strand, isn't it?
It's far too long. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm on 30 already. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Extra 1, approximately 41. Personally, for me, I'm not joking. You may disagree, and I don't sell jewellery, so this may be, you might feel that you would charge something different. But for me, to add 1 Tanzanite like that, I would expect your jewellery to change value and price point by £20. What do you think? To have a Tanzanite, now, I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. Forgive me, Scott, producer Scott, but I mean, you've just done your GIA training, so you'll know about Tanzanite very much so, and you'll know what I'm talking about, the trichrome and pleochroism, right? You've got it. Do you know about trichroism? Trichroism is 3 definite colours. So pleochroism means when you look at it at a different angle, you see more than 1 colour. If something is trichroic, you want to see 3 colours. Tri meaning 3. So you're getting yourself purples, you're getting yourself pinks, you might even get yourself the level of reds. These are not graded in colour because they are not eye clean. If they were eye clean, I personally would expect these to be easily AAA grade. The highest grade you can get in Tanzanite is quadruple A. But as they're not clarity, eye clean, they won't be given it an A grading. Other places might, but we would never do that. Excuse me? Can I ask you to do something before you do that? Apparently, £197.95 is not going to be your price today. I've already had confirmations at that price. You may wish to do what Alison, Tari and Sammy do. Sammy's coming up with me on Saturday actually, and Claire, you might do this as well, forgive me if I'm not sure if you do, but buy, when they've got the black diamonds for example, they bought them together and shared them out. I appreciate we might not have £200 to spend today, but there are approximately 41, I'm going to say 40 on the strand, this one has 41. If you were to divide 300 carats by 41 stones, approximately, on a rough average, how many carats of Tanzanite have I got in each one? 41 divided by 300 divided by 41. About 7 carats a Tanzanite. Are you having an absolute giraffe? Why are you reducing the price? If you're a regular to Jewellery Maker, you will appreciate that most prices are around well, on average about £30, would you say, if you averaged everything out? Between the £10 deals and the £60 deals, if you averaged everything about, probably about 20 to £30 is an average price on Jewellery Maker. So this is another world. These are another world. You have 40, approximately 41. I had 10, I have 3. How much is 160? Let's call it £170 divided by 40, 41 stones. How many pennies am I looking at for a Tanzanite of 7 carats approximately here right now? With an authenticity certificate that I would expect you to print out, because otherwise you're doing yourself an injustice, I reckon. Did you just say £4 of Tanzanite? £4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A coffee in a coffee shop. £4, Claire.
It's making me think of Jan, you know, designer Jan, because she charges, doesn't she? If she sells a lot of pearl jewellery, and she says, doesn't she, that if she puts Tanzanite with it, you know, the price can just go way over. Can you imagine those with the pearls from earlier? That'd be fantastic.
I would hope to goodness you would charge more than £4 to have a 7 carat Tanzanite incorporated in your treat, your design, even for yourself. Tanzanite is December's birthstone. It's meant to be. I wasn't going to tell you this because I thought there's so many people, especially elsewhere. Angela Edwards, our guest designer, lovely to see Angela. In fact, gosh, that was checked out quicker than I saw. Mary, there is one left. You've got it. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I think this is one of the most important ones to think about. Linda and Sheila were telling us the other day, to get Tanzanite, you're struggling. It's not even being mined anymore. It's on one location gem from Tanzania. It's not being commercially mined anywhere else in the world. The mines are owned currently mainly by one English company and the government. There are 4 mines. I can't believe you've just got Tanzanite at £4 a stone. Because if you were to divide that by 4 people, and you got 10 approximately 7 carat Tanzanites each, 10 mil round, which is double the average solitaire size in a ring for an engagement ring, which is 5 mil, across 4 people, what's 170 divided by 4? Just shy of £40 each. You could have 10 Tanzanites for £40 if you bought it at £42 if you got it as a collective. If you have it in your basket, there is one left. I've got Yorkshire, Kent, Tiny Wear and Kent again. You've got 30 days to make your mind up, 30 days to see if anyone else wants to share it. I wouldn't share it personally, but the only reason I'm saying share it is because I appreciate how much. Imagine you had that round your neck. I would have that appraised and valued without a shadow of a doubt. But what I was going to say, you can do it within your 30-day money-back guarantee, actually. Just because it's a strand, it doesn't have to be in jewellery to be valued. The reason I say that is because with 30 days, you can see how much Tanzanite jewellery is elsewhere. That's incredible. Can't even speak now. Larimar, yay! I love this. I can't believe I just had Tanzanite of that size. I don't even think I know anyone with a Tanzanite 7 carat ring. And I know quite a few people who even got engaged with Tanzanites. In fact, Ben, didn't you get engaged with the Tanzanite? You did? Ben's on direction. And director Tom got engaged with the Tanzanite too. Presenter Lara got engaged with the Tanzanite. Presenter Ange got engaged with the Tanzanite. Some of those are from our sister channel, so don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah? Redder than a diamond. Although not as durable as a diamond, in all fairness, so get a bit of both. Haha. Right, Larimar, found by who? Found by 2 people, actually. Yeah. Ah, that's the second person that found it. It wasn't Henry Howe, no, that was Howlite, sweetheart. There's a gemstone called Larimar that was found in fact, I'm putting you on the spot here, Scott. I know you did your GIA training, he. Where's Larimar from? What do you mean you didn't do it? You what? Dominican Republic, he's just pulling my leg there. Dominican Republic, do you know why it's called Larimar? Anybody? Do you know, Claire? Ben's got it right.
I don't know.
Good. It means that I might be able to tell you something you don't know, because regular viewers will all be fed up with me telling you this, because you all know this, so forgive me. named after the second person that found it. Father Miguel Loren was the first person, and Miguel Mendez was the second person who found it about 20 years, was it about 60 years later? Yeah, Father Miguel Loren wasn't allowed mining permission for it, which is such a shame. And then Father Miguel Loren didn't do anything with it because he couldn't, found it on a beach. And Miguel Mendez then again with his friend walking along the beach found this stone and was like, oh, what's this? It's a very rare variety of pectolite, and he named it after the Spanish word for sea, which is mar, because in the Dominican Republic in that particular area the main language is Spanish. And then he named it after his eldest daughter, Larissa. So Larimar was born.
Aww.
There is a fake version called Larimar, which is wrong, because it's Larimar, because it's after the Spanish for sea, and it should not be 995. It's thought to be only discovered in that particular part of the world ever. So Dominican Republic is the only place it's ever been found and mined commercially, ever. And it took a good, in fact, Scott, can you switch my screen round just in case? I think it was 69? 74 was when Miguel Mendez found it the second time. When did Father Miguel Loren find it? Can you read at the bottom? I can't see the bottom of that one. It's a beautiful gem. They're having actually to tunnel deeper and deeper to get this because the crystallization actually took place in a volcano. Yeah. Yeah, well there, hopefully I've taught you something different. There is a, well that's probably one of the main points of me being here, is to help you. 1916, I knew it was about 60 years, I was saying 20, it was about 60. Yeah, 1916 Father Miguel Loren found it, and then Miguel Mendez found it in 1974. It doesn't matter, you don't need to remember those dates, but if you remember the name of it, then when anyone ever talks to you about it, you'll remember, oh, that's the one that was found and was named after Larissa, and Mar for sea, Larimar. And it's totally natural, I didn't really point that out, did I? It's a lovely gem. Specific gravity is 2.8, you don't need to know that, and it's a triclinic group if you're into your crystal systems, but again, if you're not, it doesn't matter. It's just a wee bit of extra. Should we do that amethyst? They would be lovely. Ooh, quickly. That lapis lazuli would look quite nice with the Larimar. What do you reckon? With a wee bit of sparkle with the natural nugget?
Yeah, in between each nugget, that would look lovely.
Right. I'm a little bit naughty, aren't I? Carved leaves, did you say? Look, these are going to fly. I've been showing these to you for about 3.5 hours. Oh! Now, the other day, many of you will have seen, sorry, forgive me, my memory's gone Pete-tong, but I'm sure it was Alison Talley that was with me with the carved roses and the carved rose quartz with the butterflies the other day. But I have been on for the past 7 days in a row, so forgive me, my brain's turned to jelly.
Was it a morning? She did some beautiful work.
Sunday morning, that's when it was. Rose quartz, and we had flowers and they flew out, and if you got those, the leaves of amethyst would just be as popular. Unfortunately for me, but fortunately for everyone, well, it doesn't really make a difference, but for me, I'm really quite sad because amethyst seems to be a little bit more popular than rose quartz. But the good news is we've got rose quartz, we've had rose quartz, and now we've got the amethyst for you as well, so we're getting the selection. I like a good selection. What do you reckon? Would you like it with some pearls? That would look quite angelic, wouldn't it? Maybe you want to do some Labradorite. Put the pearls at the bottom of the screen there, the ones that are gorgeous. Claire managed to grab a couple of. Oh, sorry, no, Claire had a sore leg. Is that what it was? She just went to the side of the room to do some squats. Do you think the Labradorite would work quite well with the carved amethyst?
Yeah, they would in the shape as well, wouldn't they? Separate them out. You could have a lovely necklace if just, I don't know, every I don't know, 5 rounds or something, and then the little leaf, that would sit beautifully on your neckline.
And there's approximately 12 leaves. I was counting them earlier. Hand carved leaves, there's 12 of them. If you were to put the rose quartz with it, the hand carved rose quartz with it from earlier, again, that would be lovely. If you were, I mean, I don't know if you would, you might want to add a Tanzanite if you've got a Tanzanite before. 6 have just gone. Quite understandable, because if you think about it, how rarely we have carved leaves of amethyst. You would think we would capitalise that and put the price up if it's something you don't often have that's in demand, wouldn't you? Something's in demand and it's a gemstone that's instantly worldly recognisable with a shape and pattern, or a carving that's instantly recognisable, and it's quite a sizable drill hole. Well, not the drill hole as should I say, but where you've got the drill hole, you've quite a good size area to maybe wrap around. No, we shouldn't go under £10. You've done too many treats today. Say it out loud, and it kind of gives rise to dropping, doesn't it? Really? Did it not work? Oh, we must be having to stay here. Oops. So approximately 12. Let me just count again. But 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, approximately 12. It's not even £1 each. 10 for £1 and 2 for, oh no, 83 pennies each. That's like a fizzy pop or a chocolate bar from the machine, isn't it?
You could just, couldn't you, do put them on a jump ring or a wrap loop, and then on a piece of leather cord, or you know, if you do sell your jewellery, you're going to sell it for more than £1, wouldn't you?
A little bit like the design we looked at earlier that you did with the sort of shard.
Yes.
The wrap loop idea and a long chain.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to do a little, could you do a sort of wire letter?
Yes, you
on
could
the front
do.
of
Yeah,
that? Is that size enough?
Yeah, that would look lovely.
There's a wee idea. Do you want to come in, Linda? You're more than welcome. It's lovely to see you in the studio. I know, I'm looking forward to it. Linda and I, guest designer Linda and I are going to be on Sunday morning together with our lovely Pip.
That's right.
It'll be cheeky, it'll be fun.
I'm just sneaking a couple of people.
You come in and help yourself, you're fine.
Thank you very much.
It's all good. Oh, she's getting some beading boards, or she's off.
Can't work without them.
Can't? Well, no, you can't work without them, this is very true. Or you can try, but you can lose all your gems down the side of the car and need to put some tights in a hoover and try and hoover them up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did that going to the ball a year ago maybe? Going to the summer ball. Oh, you need to be quick on these. Look how many have been allocated ever so quickly. Lots of them. 8 gone to Essex. One particular person in Essex has gone for 8. Well, at that price point, and with the collectability of amethyst, the rarity of this shape and size, because I said to Scott earlier, they're not shy in retiring. It's not as if it's a sort of 5 by 10 mil in that size. It's a 25 by 14 mil sized hand carved leaf. If I put it over my hand as a ring, comes all the way up. Now I know I do have quite scrawny hands, but the length of my knuckle to knuckle, that's pretty average. I don't think I'm too small in that case, so it's quite a sizable ring idea. If you maybe manage to do some tassely gems, sort of tassellating from it, would that be nice?
That'd be gorgeous, yeah. Or you know, with the if you got the kit from earlier, you know, with the silver bicone beads.
Oh yes.
So you could do you know, just again a stretchy with those, and then one of those little leaves dangling off as a charm. You could do loads of things with them, couldn't you? They're really, really versatile.
I think you have to get them to be able to do it, don't you?
Oh yeah.
This might sound quite controversial and you might not agree, but before we've done a similar shape. It looks not too dissimilar to this. It looks like a little angel or a dove. Do you think it looks a bit dove-like? In the back, from a dove with wings closed?
Yeah, or you could put the two together, couldn't you? And you could have wings like that. You could do a bit of wire work and have the two wings.
I'm not doing it very well, am I? I know exactly what you mean, but I'm struggling to try and show.
Yeah.
I've done it wrong, haven't I? I'm trying to do it upside down. I want to do it that way. Oh, you know what I mean. Check them out as when candies are flying at the door. Out in New York, Rachel showing an interest. Thank you very much. New York. I'll get Hertfordshire. It is up to you, New York. Haha. Check them out when you can. Frankie's in Powith. Well done, Teresa and Joyce. Lots and lots of you there. 20 in baskets. And that's not mentioning those of you who are thinking about phoning. Code on this one is XQGP79. What's lovely about these not just everything we talked about earlier, but there's a good quantity, or there was a good quantity. So if you're thinking about it and you think, should I give it a go for £10 for 12 at 89 odd pence each, it might be I wouldn't like to say an investment, that's not my place to say or to call, but at that price point, you always give it a try with a 30-day money back guarantee. Have you turned Australian on me? I keep saying water, water, water. That's the only thing that sounds Australian that I say, apart from heater. Oh, that was wrong. Need a heater, mate. Need a heater. Friends were all laughing at me. They're like, why do you need a heater? I was like, I don't. I can say that word slightly, a little bit with an Australian accent. That was an interesting Australian accent there, wasn't that, Scott? Producer Scott was trying to help me say it's a strand of Labradorite. I think I sound more American. Forgive me, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I was quite good at accents when I was at school. I could do a Liverpool accent. But other than that, I wasn't particularly hot on accents. RP in Liverpool, and that was about it. 10mm round faceted labradorites. Are you ready for this? POGP 43. POG. Do you remember those? POGs. Not only pogs that you used to play with, we used to get shoes that were pogs as well. POGP 43. No, that's the code you need. You're not going to forget that one now that I've said that, are you? Oh, wow. Wow, my word. Do you know what this would look delicious with, more so than anything else? We've just had today that lovely olive and green ball wire, mesh wire.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, that recording's wonderful, isn't it? Gorgeous.
Did you, Ben? Ben did it himself. He's saying thank you.
It's really lovely. Look at the blues in there. That's fantastic.
Totally natural. Inclusions within the stone that allow it to have this natural phenomenon effect, which is a shillering effect. You'll know about your phenomenon stones now, Scott, won't you? You do. Price it should be for a brand new strand, 10mm round of one of the, the gemstone that was voted #1 in 2012, 13 and 14. Oh, 14, that's funny, isn't it? 14.95, that came in. I didn't know that. Whoa, 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 why are we going down? Because in 2011 we didn't do the vote, so we'll take it to 11.95. I love it, that's superb. Again, a bit like your Tanzanite, maybe not on the same scale as Tanzanite. They are the same size of a 10mm round. You would have just one of those for me in a bracelet that would change your sort of entire piece.
It is a wonderful gem, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful.
I think it's a unisex stone. I think it's a gem for everybody. Both ladies and gents seem to absolutely adore it. One of my dearest friends wants it in a bracelet as a gent. One of my best friends is a lady, wears it in a pendant every single day. It looks gorgeous. My mum's first piece of jewellery my mum bought from her company. She watched one day when I was presenting Labradorite on my sister channel, and she got an entire set before I even got any. And she had a lady, regular viewer, sorry you know this, but a lady stopped her when, from the other side of the street. The woman came across the road to tell my mother how much she adored and how much she was in love with the sparkle and the sheen from the other side of the street from my mum's Labradorite. My mum was more concerned at the fact that women crossed the road without looking and there was cars coming, but this woman could not take her eyes off the Labradorite, and she didn't believe it was real. She didn't believe it was a natural gem that Mother Nature created. It's totally natural. Inclusions within the stone allow it to really give a play with the light. It's called an optical phenomenon, and there are quite a few phenomenon stones. There's quite a few in this family as well, the feldspar family. You can see blues as the main. It's actually known. Now, do you know this, Scott? This might throw you a wee bit. This might throw you all a wee bit. If it's in the feldspar family and it has a blue schiller like this, it's called labradorescence, even if it's not a labradorite. Any other colour that you'll see, like yellow or copper colours or greens, that's just called schiller. Well, what did you say there, Scott? Phosphorescence. No, phosphorescence is a glow that you get from the inside of a stone. You got a kunzite. Kunzite's good for phosphorescence. That's the one. You're there though. You know what you're talking about. You're on it. Did you pass? I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm winding you up. I'm winding you up. Coming after my job. Thanks, Ben. Ben, you could technically do that, actually, Scott. You could do Ali's job. All right. I've been here for 9 years. I might be a bit past it, but... yeah. Oh, you could be our new gent presenter. Could you imagine? You can't say no now, Scott, can you? £11.95. Julie's Invictor and Pamela have gone for 2. Merseyside, London, Suffolk, Angus. Are you serious? You've not treated yourself yet to these? Oh my word. To put these with the pearls that you got earlier, Claire.
Oh, that'd be gorgeous combination, yeah. Really gorgeous.
A totally natural gem that gets people stopping you in the street. If anybody's ever stopped you and spoke to you about your Labradorite, will you drop me a wee message just now? It's free on JewelleryMaker.com. It doesn't cost a penny. Or alternatively on our text message, which will cost a normal network rate. So how many pennies your texts are these days? 7p, 14p, I'm not entirely sure. But drop us a wee message and let me know whether anyone's ever commented on your Labradorite, or if there's anything else that you've worn that somebody stopped you and said, oh gosh, that's lovely, what's that? What's that? Right. I just had a little bit of a freak out there. The last time I was on with a black gemstone round strand, I nearly suffocated myself on TV. It was the other day. I wrapped it around my neck. I thought it was a really good idea to twist it at the back, and nobody could get it off. It was black agate. Wow. It looked amazing. We had 16mm rounds on Sunday. Was it Sunday I was on? Well, I know I've been on every day, but I don't know if Sunday was the day it happened. It was, because it was with Alison Tarry. She saved me with some scissors. These would work perfectly with those 16mm rounds, 12mm and 14mm round. Scott, I love how you've done this. Scott's our producer and is probably part of the team that made up the rule that dirty doubles and duos weren't allowed, right? So instead of calling it double trouble, which has been banned by management, yeah, you've called it Noir Collection. I love that. I'll not call it what it is, because therefore, but what I'll do is I'll call it Noir Collection, and it's not committing in any way to say that I've got a double duo, so that when they get checked by management, i.e. Scott, who's checked his own bundle. Did you approve your own bundles? I love that. Yeah, of course. All the other producers have to get their bundles approved by either Scott or Martha. Scott approved his own. £8.95. The lowest price I'm allowed to take one strand on its own is £6.95. It would look lovely with that, Ben. That's a great idea. Quite mysterious, but worth it. Wonderful. £6.95 for the 2. Now I have to say, on Sunday I was blown away the fact that we did 16mm, one strand at £6.95. So to add 2 to that, Claire, you're looking at these. Are you get a soft spot for them?
I just think that they'd be brilliant to have in your stash, wouldn't they? That they go with everything. It's a bit like black clothing, it go with every gemstone, and the shape, around is perfect, especially if you're just starting off. Just do really nice stretchy bracelets. I mean, you could do a stretchy bracelet, with the charms that you had at the very beginning.
Oh yes, the toggles.
Yeah, just
clasps.
a jump ring. And those, they look great.
To get rounds of this size with a combined carat weight of how many hundreds of carats? 12mm and 4mm, approximately 38 centimetres in each strand. Around 850 carats for £6.95. You can't even buy a carat in a shop for that price. And I like carats. Kent, well done to you. You've gone for multi-bid, Highland Merseyside. At a multi-bid, I reckon, and I don't know whether you agree with me on this or not, but do you reckon for a multi-bid price point, £6.95 times 2, £12, £13, £14, that's what normally price you would expect to pay for just the 2 of them together? And you get them for £6.95. It's like buy one and try the other for free. So whether you would normally go for 12 mil or normally go for 14 mil, buy one and get one for free, or £3 and 50 odd, less than 50 pence each. Now that's it. If you stop yourself just one day from getting a cuppa at one of these fancy shops like Costa or Starbucks or Nero, Cafe Nero, any one of these, and I'm not calling them, I'm not doing a direct comparison, it's not a cup of coffee, it's not meaning to comparison in that direct way, but if you just didn't buy that for one day and maybe, I don't know, made coffee in your own house for one day, then you could cover the price of one of these strands. And then 2 days, or maybe one day you didn't have that, well, I don't know, they do lovely slices of cake, lovely treats that you could get, maybe you didn't have that for one day, you could get yourself this. It's amazing, isn't it?
With that larger size as well, they would be great for, because you've got the weight of it and the size. You know, if you had a long chain and a pendant, just a ball, and say, you know, one of the leaves you had before at the bottom, because you've got that size and weight, it would hang really nicely.
That'd be lovely. Really lovely. I can't believe so many people are missing a trick at £6 and 95 pence. I appreciate you might be thinking it's a bit of a joke, but it is serious. I got it. Oh, this is nautical. I love this. Nautical but nice. Oh, I love this. Woo! You're probably loving the fact that I've got a sore throat today. I can't make as many loud noises. In fact, it doesn't hurt. Don't feel sorry for me. It doesn't hurt at all. It just sounds a bit dodgy. Right, lapis lazuli. Ooh, coming from the Greek words for. This is a pretty obvious one. This one, they've named it well. What is it? Just plain and simple. Have a look at it. What is it? What color is it? It's not a trick question, Claire. Look at Claire's looking at me like, what? What is the main body color?
Blue.
Blue, right? Job done. Lapis and azula. Lapis lazuli. Coming from the words blue, and what is it? A gem stone. They've called it blue stone. Lapis lazuli. Or lapis and azula standing for blue stone. Lapis, I think, stands for stone, and azula is your blue, if my memory serves me correctly. So lapis lazuli. Naturally, it has pyrite in its makeup within the stone. So you're getting flashes of gold within it. Do you know Cleopatra used to crush this up and use it as eyeshadow? You've seen Tutankhamun's mask with all the gold and the blue. The blue is lapis lazuli all the way around it. You've seen that? Is there a car garage in Italy made out of lapis lazuli? How amazing is that? Wow. Oh, hold on, I've not shown you the rest. That's not on its own at £9.95. You get this, and this is one of my favourite strands. Look at this. Look at that. Rondelles, and you do get more in a rondelle strand, don't you?
Yeah, because they're all jam-packed, aren't they? That's... Oh.
You are not going to £6.90. Ha! It didn't work. You've got to stay. I don't know what to say. Is that why he did this? Because I sound a bit dodgy. He just doesn't want me to speak. He doesn't want me to have any words to say. He wants to make me speechless.
Speechless. That's incredible, isn't it? Because if you do, like, you know, bridal work or anything like that, and, you know, in tiaras, that sparkle there of the quartz, and if you've got the gold wire from earlier with the lapis, that'd be beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And there's another wee cheeky lapis lazuli coming up, which have actually made that really affordable. It means you can maybe add that on. Can we do this? Is this coming up? Yes! Because that would look quite lovely with the smaller shape, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. It would. You could work it either way. You could put the smaller lapis with the bigger lapis, or with the quartz, you know, and break it up like that. Beautiful.
Love this. Did I add in some pearls to this? Going with Claire's idea of being sort of bridal. Put those pearls at the bottom of the screen for you. you fancy. These are flying at the door, and there's absolutely no surprise in my mind as to why. Quantity we had was, well, way over 100, but as I'm sure you can imagine, you've gone to a price point where they will be there for literally a blink of a second. Check them out when you can. I know it's not a mistake, well, probably is a mistake, but it's a mistake letting my producer approve his own bundles. Usually you have to have somebody of authority checking them and saying, no, that shouldn't be happening. But I can't question Scott's authority. He's done it himself. Well, there you go. Now, I don't know if these are coming up, but if you have some sort of tealy pearls or peacock pearls, you might want to add in. That would look lovely as well. So I've just had my director, you heard him the other day, making his noise for a peacock, and he's very good at it.
That was brilliant. I heard that. It was really good. Yeah.
You just did it there again in my ear.
Yeah.
Saying the word Leon, or the name Leon, exceptionally high pitched, sounds like a peacock. I can't do it today, obviously, because I can't do much high pitched. What do you think if you added in this pyrite with it? Bit fancy. Pick out the pyrites and the pyrite within the lapis lazuli, and it's got a sort of rainbow coating to it. Maybe's eyes, maybe's no. I'm going to jump on. Can't believe you just got that for $6.95. That is like a treat. You will need to check out your basket so you get it though. Vicky's mum is in. Vicky and Jan, County Durham. You told me the next one, but I was too excited about that. Brand new strand. Oh yay, Lapis. In fact, can I hold these as well, so you can remind you what there was? Because I think, imagine that together. That's brilliant. I love it. I really, really do. So I honestly do think, obviously it depends on your budget and what you've got in your own stash and what you're working with and what you like to work with. But for me, to not add that strand after just getting the 3 of those for $6.95 would be a little bit of a shocker. I would expect it to be, just purely because you've opened an order already. We've just had a massive saving on this, which obviously if you've just made a saving, you want to keep that saving. I appreciate that, but if you could get something to add to it, which really would go, it really would. 30 carats lapis lazuli, 3x1mm rondelles up to 4x2mm. They are faceted for you as well. 30 centimeters. To add it all together as a joint bundle, if I could give you all of this for under £20, I would think that would be a really great deal. Bundles at the bottom of the screen. I can do more when we bundle it together, but for the strand on its own at $7.95, is it brand new? It's brand new to me, but so these are the 3 that we've just had, and then adding that to it. It's totally up to you. These 3 at the bottom of your screen, and then it's a brand new lapis lazuli. When do you ever really get it of that size and luster? It's quite sparkly, isn't it? Can you tell the difference between this, which is a plain finish, and these have been faceted, giving you that sparkle? It's got that. It's really picking out the pyrite actually, allowing it to sparkle. Imagine those in between some pearls of the calibre you got earlier.
Gorgeous. And at that size, really nice. You know, just have little simple bracelets. I bet you'd wear that all the time.
You
put
would,
a clasp
wouldn't you?
on them. Yeah.
And I always find, I don't know about you, but I always think of a royal blue looking really sophisticated and elegant. When I see a lady in royal blue, I always think of sort of, or Kate, or I think of Diana, or sort of Duchess of Cambridge, as you know, or I'll think of Helen Mirren. I'll think of ladies who I think are sophisticated and elegant. What did you just say? Who? E.D. Cedric. She used to hang out. Is that what you just said? I'm talking about elegant, sophisticated ladies, and you said you used to hang out. A film star, Andy Warhol. Forgive me. I'm behind the times. I missed this. What do you reckon? So elegant ladies that you think of that come to mind, that you would think, oh yeah. I mean, one of the elegant ladies in my life is my mum.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman, I think, is very elegant. I think she's got a very, I don't know, she's quite feline, isn't she, and graceful.
She's beautiful. I met her once.
Did you?
Yep. I was in Harrods, working there for a particular fragrance. Other department stores are available, like Selfridges and Jenner's, and I was just offer people perfume, and I offered Nicole Kidman her own perfume. Could you imagine?
Was she friendly?
She was lovely, but I didn't know who it was because she came from behind, and I just automatically said, "Would you like to try?" And it was Nicole Kidman, and I was thinking, and everybody was looking at her. Everybody had been watching. I was thinking, who are they looking at? And then opposite me, I just saw this massive poster of her with her perfume, and I'm like, I just asked her to try her own perfume. Imagine she went, "Oh, I don't like that." She was lovely. Sorry. There's your Lapis Lazuli for 30 centimetres. No, she was absolutely lovely. She was lovely, and it was her hands that made me realise who it was. What are we doing next now? Eee! These are gorgeous. I want them. Sunshine on a rainy day. It's not really a rainy day though, is it? It's a rainy day in like paradise. You can't. Whoa. It's going straight down to my favourite number. £6.95. We don't have much time, forgive me, I'm getting carried away. £6.95 for the 2 strands, are approximately 88 centimetres for the Sunstone, which is this one, or the peachy one you see spinning around, 100 carats, and 150 carats of the Apatite, which is 84 centimetres. 10 by 2 mil the Apatite goes up to, from a 4 by 3, and the Sunstone starts at a 4 by 2 and goes up to a 6 by 2 mil. So you can see you get a wee bit more in the Sunstone because they don't graduate as large. 84 centimetres in the Apatite, but you get 50 carats more. So there's 4 centimetres less, but you actually get 50 carats more. I'm in love with the 2 of these. 100% want to put it with some Larimar. What do you reckon? Yeah? Loving it or loving it? I can't believe it's £6.95. I can't believe how many treats we've had at £6.95 today. This is amazing. Well done indeed. Congratulations. I would like to, that's the length of them normally, 88 and 84 centimetres. But for all of that, I want, do you know what? That's the only good, not the only good thing, forgive me. One of the main things from changing from the late show to the morning show is that late show you only get it for 60 minutes. At least I've got time to get off air and try and grab this if there's any left. That's one of the advantages of being on the Design Inspiration show. £6.95. I have a little bit more of a chance of trying to grab a hold of these. I love those. Right. Quick recap on clears. Should we start with the pearls first? Pure, natural. And I'm not just talking about Claire's talent. Perfectly round, perfectly spherical, totally natural in their colour, totally natural in their shape. The final 20 in stock for only £30. For me, this is one of our highest calibre pearl strands we've offered in the past 5 years.
They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
How do you feel, Claire, knowing that there's 2 coming to you?
I know, really excited.
No, Claire can't just take one of these home because then somebody doesn't have an opportunity. That'll take the quantities down. And also you shouldn't say that when Scott's in the gallery because that means he might think that we do that on a normal occasion, which we definitely don't, Scott. What do you look for in a pearl? I look for 7 factors. Most people look for 3. I'm a bit pedantic and I like 7. 7 main factors for me. What are the main things you like in a pearl? What made you think, I want those ones? What was it about them that made you think anything?
I think they're the roundest that I'd say, yeah. And the colour, yeah. I mean, they are perfect. They're wonderful. Exactly what I'm, looking for. Yeah.
I think, no, the fact that they're white is a massive, massive factor because if most people think about pearls, think about toothpaste, pearly whites. That's what everybody talks about. It's the white. Obviously, other selections of pearls are available and very high priced and very wonderful, like Golden South Sea pearls and your Tahitian pearls from Punctata Maxima and Punctata Margaritifera, which are the name of the oysters that they come from, the world's largest oysters. These, I've got 7 main factors. I'm going to take my rubies too. They've got luster, obviously as you've said, rounds. They've got a size of 7 mil. On average it takes what, 4 years for a 4 mil pearl to form?
I mean, yeah, that's amazing, isn't it, when you think about all the things like that.
It's 1 millimetre a year for a pearl to grow a millimetre. It takes on average a year for a pearl to form that millimetre or more. It's not a lot, is it? But a whole year. It's the nacre that's constantly being caressing whatever it may be, the grain of sand or whatever has been sort of crept into the oyster or however it may be, whether it been put in, whether it be a freshwater pearl or a cultured pearl. What you're getting here is pure round. You're getting luster, you're getting everything. And Claire, did you enjoy working with them?
I did. I think I was spoilt today. Very nice of Scott.
I love the tassels that you've got here on either side of your clasp.
Yeah. I found some sterling silver, the findings, and then, I mean, it's so luxurious, isn't it, and decadent. I think when you've got gems like that, you know, keep it quite simple. I think they speak for themselves.
Absolutely. Debs, do you think you'll create something like this when you get them home with the pearls?
I might do, yeah.
So that's perfect. You're quite happy for them to be on their own, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Claire, I've had an absolute ball with you today.
Thank you
so much.
I've had a great time, thank you.
Do you know off the top of your head when you're next back with us? Don't worry if you
I'm
don't.
away for a little bit. I'm on holiday next week, so I'm not here for a little bit.
So keep your eyes peeled on JewelleryMaker.com website, and we'll put it up when Claire's back, when we can get her booked in off her busy schedule. Or alternatively, you can call the contact centre. It's a free phone number from a UK landline, so don't worry if you don't have access to the internet. But if you've got, I don't know, maybe my little cousin's a whiz on it. She teaches me how to use my own phone. She's super. So maybe there's somebody in your family who might be able to help you. However you wish to get in contact, please do. You don't want to be going anywhere. You really, really don't, because you've got a great show coming up. Sarah Elvin's on. It's been a fair wee while since I've seen Sarah. Oh, she looks gorgeous. Sarah will be joining you with the lovely, oh gosh, she looks gorgeous as well. Don't go anywhere. Sarah and Vicky are up, and I'll see you live tomorrow with Rachel Norris from 1 o'clock. Bye.